Oh, that's Poppy Courtney Love is our late 90s Crow.
Crow.
Song list goes on. It's the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Ew.
And I'm Ron Bennington. New York City a little crazy today. Trump is in town, and a giant Trump rat balloon is up, which I don't know what that's supposed to prove. Jimmy Fallon was cracking last night, worried about the country. North Korea says they're not going to attack Guam, and they don't even know where that came from.
They were just like, I'm not feeling well. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, it is. I need a
mind.
Snickers. I need a Snickers bar like one of those commercials you Yankees have. They actually called us the Yankees. And 2 weeks ago, they called us the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know why. I think they're confused about what we do here. Louis C.K. Made a secret movie. No one knew that he was making it. And it got accepted into the Toronto Film Festival. Very prestigious film festival. Toronto is always really one of the greats. So this thing came out, shot on black and white, 35 millimeter. Kind of looks like a Woody Allen type thing. Who are the secret stars that are in this, Chris?
Chloe Grace Moretz plays his daughter.
She's great.
Mm-hmm.
Pamela Adlon.
Everything about her I love.
Charlie Day.
Charlie Day
fun.
from
It's Always Sunny.
Always Sunny and Charlie Daytown.
Edie Falco.
Wow.
Love. She was in his other show too, Horace and Pete.
Helen Hunt.
She should
Love.
go. Seriously, that woman should go to hell and hunt.
Rose Byrne.
Wow.
God.
This is a big cast.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Lou's kind of big. Wow. Okay.
And John Malkovich.
What?
From being John Malkovich.
Now, has he done anything else, or that was his only role?
That's the only thing he's ever done.
So
Malibu. There's the soundtrack.
it's Celebrity Skin.
Now-
That's how he casted this.
Why doesn't Louis just announce he's making a movie, make it, and then put it out? What does he
Where's
gain?
the fun in that?
What does he gain by being a secret movie?
Well, the thing is, he has a underground lair, a bunker in which he works on all his projects, and he does not emerge until they're.
They will have no idea. Now, did they have to say, like Woody used to say, you're doing a movie, you don't get the script, or you just get your sides, nothing else.
Yeah.
That's how he kept it secret. But Louis has one-upped him, and just like the cameramen are blindfolded. No one knows what is happening.
How am I going to frame this shot, Louis?
Shh.
You'll know.
Louis doesn't need them. He'll shoot it, edit it himself. Put the cameras on his shoes while he's walking down the street. Well,
It was all done by Spy Cam.
all right, I just saw this. It's been leaked online already if you want to watch it.
Look at that look.
So much for secrets.
I guess the Curb Your Enthusiasms have been leaked online. I never know because I don't watch, I have to watch fucking screeners online and I hate it.
Yeah, I don't prefer to do it. I know that this last week, some or maybe that was a week before Game of Thrones episodes were leaked, and Chris watched them, and I was like, it's going to be out in 2 days, and then we can enjoy it with everyone else.
He likes to do everything first.
And then I'll say this, just before he defends himself. I know that he didn't give me a spoiler, but I hate this shit. He's like, dude, I'm not going to give anything away, but it's fucking crazy. And you're like, just knowing that it's going to be fucking crazy.
It's always fucking crazy. I've never seen the show, and I know that it's crazy.
That episode was particularly crazy. That was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that's the HBO hack. And then I think like 3 or 4 episodes of
Was that
Curb.
when everyone at the party was killed?
No, that was many years ago.
Red Wedding.
I only know that because I saw them talking about it on Hard Knocks. On Hard Knocks, everybody on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just talks about Game of
I
Thrones.
fucking love that.
Yeah, and they're going like this. Remember that party? Everybody got killed. It was nuts. And I was like, oh, come on, spoiler. I'm going to watch it all one day. Malibu. Why did she turn pop after being punk?
Well, I don't know.
She was all cleaned up and
Yeah, she got kind of clean for Celebrity Skin, this
Yeah.
out like the '98 album, And I think Billy Corgan was writing songs for her on this album. I guess that's a difference. Is Kurt writing songs for you or Billy Corgan's writing songs
She
for
wrote
you?
those herself. They just happened to sound like Nirvana songs. And then she never wrote another song that sounded like a Nirvana song. What's she doing now? She seems to be fine, right?
Yeah,
She
I think she's doing good.
Everybody had her on one of those death wash things like they did Britney Spears.
I
But
think she's doing just fine.
I just found out Louis is making a secret concert with her.
What?
No one is allowed in. He's going to open and do 45 minutes. By the way, this is pretty cool, and I never tell people to read Jeffrey Gurian's article, but I love this one. So, my buddy Pete Verzi did a special. He shot it up in Tarrytown, which is a really adorable thing. And Bill Burr and Pete Davidson produced the special for him. So they walked out, and, the place goes crazy, and they introduce Pete. But what was really funny in the article is Bill Burr just saying mean stuff to Jeffrey Gurian. And at one point, Jeffrey asked him a question, so Bill's talking to him. And then Jeffrey does that thing where he just starts writing in a notebook in front of him. And Burr's like, "Who are you, Jimmy Olsen? You're the last person with a pencil and a pad?" And a lot of it just is about how good Jeffrey's seats were, how he got a VIP pass.
Oh, my God.
Look how tiny Versi looks in that picture.
Oh, I know.
He's not that short. Well, I didn't know Burr was that much taller than him.
Yeah. I mean, I know that Pete Davidson is tall, but I didn't think Paul was that short. I mean,
maybe it's only compared to that picture. I don't know. I'll have to give him a once over the next time I see him. But it's very, very funny, and Burr's funny all the way through it. And then at the end, I think he says something nice to Jeffrey, so Jeffrey knew that he was kidding the whole time.
Now I know we're friends.
Jeffrey gets very intimidated by Burr.
Does he, just because of the way he communicates?
Well, because Burr is a boy. He's got masculine energy.
Right.
And that's something Jeffrey's always like, "Ooh." Jeffrey's like a chihuahua.
He is.
Yeah. He's a little shaky.
He does like to surround himself with women. He has a lot of female friends.
Some people say prostitutes. I do not.
I don't believe that at all.
I'll tell you my favorite thing on the iBang today, and I will fall for this every time, is the astronaut doing something in space. And this time he's blowing bubbles into that, some kind of liquid, and how it comes out.
I will always watch, like, astronaut, like, I bet you didn't know shit was like this. I mean, because, like, they have so many tricks up there.
Well, the trick is nothing reacts the way it does on Earth.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you're just like, so all the laws of physics are gone now because you're in space.
Space physics.
You can just make a square out of water.
So this is him blowing into a bottle like a juice, and he's blowing into the straw, and then the liquid, I guess because the like when he's blowing through, that can't release through the liquid, it just pushes the liquid out and disperses it and just completely covers him. It's so weird. It's like a juice mask.
I just want to see somebody take a piss in space.
What the fuck?
Isn't that weird?
That weirded you out, Chris?
That is really creepy.
Now look at that.
It's like the abyss. Oh.
Like the abyss. You mean that little fucking alien abyss?
But it's like it makes a weird mask. He's like a space babe. My mask is made of juice. That's so weird.
Sometimes I just want to go into space and fucking see what I can do with juice up there.
I want to specialize in juice. The way it moves in space.
Yes. That's what I want to get my doctorate.
Juice.
I want to see what happens. What you do if you just throw hot chocolate in your friend's face in space. I'm going to need $1 billion to do it.
And then when we finally have to leave this planet, you'll have something of worth to say why you should move on to Mars. You're like, look, I've studied liquids in space.
Is there juice on Mars?
That's your thesis.
Is there juice on Mars? I believe there is not. And I aim to prove it. If I get $1 billion. Then now there's juice on Mars because I've brought it. I am so happy I'm not going to be here for the future. It looks so fucking nuts. Some people are like, I can't wait for the future. No.
Yeah,
I played that game when I was young.
I used to think that, but then I realized if you are like an elderly person with with technology just moving at hyperspeed all around you, it's just got to be really disorienting and horrible. Like I can't imagine. It seems
like
so
old,
shitty.
Out like all old people, just find a spot for yourself. Well, like this is the thing that I forget who wrote this. I'd read this article, but they're like, you don't know something no one's even thought of is going to be great for your old age. And they made the point of like people who were around in the like turn of the century. By the time they retired, there was air conditioning. And that was something that just not only didn't exist, but Jules Verne didn't think it would happen.
Right.
And you're just sitting there like an old person going, oh my God.
This is delightful.
It's fucking August and I have a sweater on.
And you're like,
you know what I mean? They're just freaking out about air conditioning.
Because they were like, if it wasn't for this, I would have been dead 15 years ago.
Yes.
Like, there's no way I would have survived this. Like in the future, like all elderly people are just going to have robot knees. Like it's just bad mechanics. They always, you blow out a knee for doing nothing when you're old. They're just like, let's just get rid of everyone. It's like the way they did that with dentistry. Like there was like in the 40s and 50s, they just pulled like 20-year-olds. They would just be like, let's pull out all the teeth. Give you these fake ones.
He's not a brusher anyway, so let's just pull him. But, you know, when I was a kid, the worst thing that you would hear about an old person is they broke their hip. Because if they broke their hip, they were dead within a couple of months. And I remember thinking, what the fuck? How's that? Oh. They broke their hip and then they got pneumonia and died. And now you just put in another fucking hip.
Yeah, you're fine.
And the old person just goes on. They hurt. They still hurt everywhere there is.
It's certainly shitty.
Yeah. That's the thing that everybody wants to live long. But if you know anyone who's elderly, he was constantly aching.
Yeah.
Like everything hurts.
That's why they're so cranky all the time. They can't do anything for themselves and everything hurts. So
everything hurts, yes. They can't do the stuff they want to do.
And that's why they're going, this chicken is dry. Did you overcook this? And you're like, God damn it, I worked really hard on this. Well, everything's shitty for them.
And they also have no moisture in their mouth.
Oh, God.
They sell those cans of spit. So you could just scoop some, put it in your mouth. They do.
Really? It's a real fucking product?
It's a real
like
product. They don't call it cans of spit. It's got a better name, but I do like cans of spit. So, sharks, aren't you ready to loogie your way to profits with cans of spit? Yeah, everything fucking hurts. They're just watching fucking fake news on TV and getting crazy about it. They pulled that statue down. I heard some people were trying to pull the fucking Statue of Liberty down today.
Oh, my God.
They had tied some ropes around it, tied it to boats. They can't do it. They can't do it. I'm telling you. They keep snapping the fucking cord.
It's nothing sacred.
Malibu. Really, the next people are just going to be climbing flagpoles and just trying to start punching a flag.
Fuck you.
I hate the last two states. They're so far away. How the fuck are they states? If this is true, let's just make Luxembourg a state then. If Hawaii is, we got that much of a connection to that.
All the while punching.
Yeah, just punching a flag. Fucking ruin this great 48 flag star thing. But I said this years ago, and I still mean it. If you want to be a state, you got to touch a state. You're not touching a state, you're not a state. You're something else.
Yeah, they. I mean, they're never going to be accepted like the rest of us.
They can't be.
They're like the adopted children.
Oh, by the way, Alaska, you're Canadian. How's that for you? Because you're just surrounded by Canada. Yeah.
You are on Canada.
You're hanging off of Canada, and then you act like you should vote like us. No, you're as crazy as a Hawaiian. Think that you're involved in this. No, not you, Oregon. Just fucking calm down. Nobody, even though you're up in the far corner, you're still with us. You're touching states. You're not just touching Canada. Boo. The important thing to know is that we're just one country, just doing our best. And Jimmy Fallon let us know last night. He got the word out there.
I'm worried about what he's going to tell his kids.
His rich kids. Money, just tell them, honey, we have so much money. Everything's great.
You're never going to have any
I know
problems.
you're too little to understand this, but daddy's just got tons of money. I mean, so much of it. Like most people are like, how do I pay my rent? I could pay all the rents right now.
Everyone's rent. It's on me.
And that's why we keep buying this giant building up, piece at a time. Like he buys apartments in his building, but they're not even on the same floor. Like he goes like, yeah, you didn't know?
I didn't know.
Yeah, so if any apartment becomes empty in that building, he buys it. But he's like, I got to go down to the third floor. I'll be back.
It's like the super.
Yeah, I left my glasses on the third floor.
The nursery is up on the 8th floor.
He really does have like super keys that he's walking around, just giant janitor keys. These goddamn things.
I gotta label these.
I think he's probably keeping a different girlfriend in every fucking floor. Like one of those guys who'll have a whole family in Michigan and another one in Florida, and you're just like, that's not the whole reason to cheat. So you can go out and raise another family.
It's horrible.
That's the exact opposite.
So expensive.
Yeah.
The secret, this double life you're living.
The guy has one fucking good day is when he's just driving on 75 in between the two. It's like got 3 hours to himself. Oh, Jesus Christ. I got to go from those fucking pains in the asses to these bitches. My life's a nightmare. How am I going to pay for all this? How the fuck am I going to pay for all this? I have 2 families. Most people can't afford 1 family. I got 2. Well, that's what you get, you know? Life is fucking hard. I'm going to tell you that right now, kids. I know last week I told you it was easy. I was drunk. Fucking hard as fuck. You try to keep 2 families separated. I like guys that start a second family and kind of forget their first kids.
Yeah. They're like, these ones are fresh.
Yeah, I'm going to do things right that I ruined with you. I fucked you guys up. I admit it. Hey, Brian, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Bennington. I don't mean to back up to a...
No, back it up, man. Back it up.
Subject. All right. Y'all were talking about elderly patients getting hip replacements and dying early. And, that's one of the reasons that opioids are making it onto the streets and getting sampled by our youth is these patients are getting them for their hip surgeries and stuff, and then they'll die off with 4 bottles left at home, and the kids are left to go through them, sample them.
So their problem is they die too quickly without eating all their opiates. All right. You know what?
I don't think they can take them fast enough.
The elderly are ruining neighborhoods. I mean, a lot of the neighborhoods used to be so nice.
Oh, my God. It's all old now.
Don't go back to Chester. It's turned completely gray. They shut down the train station. You can believe it? I mean, that train station used to run. The train would stop there. Now it's just gray. The whole fucking town.
Just signs on the street like, you can't wear your pants too high.
Can't wear your pants.
Have some self-respect. Lower those pants.
And that's what started that slot machine problem that we're having. Out of everything in the fucking casino, you want to just sit there and push a slot machine.
It's terrible.
Dude, I don't understand what I'm looking at when I play a slot machine. I don't understand what, because
you're not looking at anything. You're waiting for the rings.
Yeah, I understand, but you know how they're there's 3, 4 different levels, and then they go like this.
Yeah.
And then there's 700 symbols.
There's a little code right there that tells you what you win.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
All the multipliers or whatever. Just
with all, I just don't understand. There's no fun. You're not playing a game, is what I'm saying. It's just you hit something and they're like, that's what it is. I mean, you're not even pulling anything anymore.
No, you used to yank the thing down there.
So you're just pressing a button. So why would you trust?
And then you watch as a lady just see them hitting the button over and over like they're fucking trying to fucking telegraph somebody.
But the thing I don't understand is you put $20 bill in and you're playing penny slots. You could be done in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you see old ladies who have been sitting there for hours and you're like, how much money did you put in there?
All of their money.
What did you just put in there?
Social Security check.
This is horrible.
And yet somehow Trump couldn't turn that into a profit.
And
you ever hear of any other casinos going bankrupt?
Never. It's a fucking casino.
Here's a weird thing.
No one wins.
I've been to casinos, obviously, in Vegas, in Montreal, in New York State, in Pennsylvania, It's the only place it's like always a couple people with oxygen.
Yeah.
Like I walk around, I don't see it at all. For some reason, there's always like at least a couple people who need oxygen.
That's the elderly. The elderly need oxygen. You don't normally see them on the street. They're staying in their house with their oxygen.
Yeah.
And then they're going like this. Timmy's coming by on Wednesday, and we're going to go to the casino and then have a lunch on the way back. Timmy's very nice. He's not working at all, but he's very nice. He was with a Costa Rican girl, but that didn't work out.
Timmy's her ex.
Shit.
Sometimes I wake up and he's just going through my drawers looking for stuff. Oh, hi, Grandma. You awake? Why are you in my closet? Timmy. I'm sorry. I thought you were Timmy. You're Jimmy. You know, like your brother was here the other day. Brought me a coffee cake. There's no one under 80 who eats a coffee cake.
No. It's a cake without icing.
Is a cake that where the icing should be? It's just crumbly and hard. Yeah, very dry. I don't get my coffee.
Oh, man. I once watched an elderly man just dunking a full bagel in cream cheese and coffee, and like pieces of the cream cheese were dripping into the coffee, and then he was drinking the coffee, and then like little bits of cream cheese would like float.
Why are you watching him?
I would turn away.
I would just take my fucking... I need my money back. That fucking man is freaking me out.
It was really disturbing.
Timmy, did you get the bagel and coffee? And a nice little piece of coffee cake. And then
Why is Vito gagging?
And then a nice piece of butterscotch.
So worst possible foods is what you want at all times?
You know what's funny is I'm getting more of a taste for butterscotch the older I get. This butterscotch tastes pretty good. I remember, like,
It's hard.
when you're a little kid, your grandmother, she's always like, there's a lot of bad candy over there if you want some. It's very old. And it's
Clumped together from the moisture of the room.
It's all stuck together like an asteroid if you want to help yourself to it.
But then when you're a kid, you hate it, but you're just like, I do need my sweets. So you will eat it, but you're just like, this is terrible, Grandma. What I'm eating is horrible.
Shh, watching my stories. This son of a bitch right here is with both those whores.
Oh.
Get off my furniture. They always think you're going to break something. I'd be like, I've never seen a piece of furniture break. And yet you're a fucking nervous wreck about it. Don't walk on the floor, honey. I don't want anybody on that floor.
What can I use here?
Shh, is that the mailman? They're always like something they're worried about that you
Looking out the window,
Yeah.
like so suspicious.
Don't like visitors.
Yeah. Those people over there, they have a friend who's a colored boy. So I'm keeping an eye on the house.
Grandma, why are you mentioning this?
I saw it on the news. They're jumping people and taking their checks. Hold on. I've got an ugly old little purse here. I'm going to open up. It's just stuffed with cash.
Like, hand me my pocketbook.
They have that tiny, looks like a chain purse, and there's just money just shoved into it. This is everything I own right there. I keep it in this cloth purse. Well, hold on, I got some pile of newspapers in my closet. I want to go through them. That's the idea of living to be that age. It's just fucking senseless to me.
It's just not good.
No. There's nothing good. If I could invent one thing, it'd be Benjamin Buttons. Just to let people get fucking younger again. So, Sharks, who's ready to young their way into profits? Are you tired of getting old, Sharks?
Yeah. How about you, Barb?
Well, I've got this cloth purse here in case I want to buy one of the inventions. Barb. Barb is the
I
best.
fucking love Barb. And all the, you know, Barb gets razzed a lot.
Yeah.
And then the men really team up on her.
Yeah.
But all my favorite, the only products I've ever bought from Shark Tank have always been Barb products.
What do you bought?
I did the natural deodorant, Piper White, which I still use
It's
and I'm
great.
obsessed with. And then I also bought Pipcorn, which is the tiny popcorn. It's like the miniature.
I've had some Pipcorn. I
It's
didn't even
fucking
know that was
delicious.
hers.
That's a Barb product.
That's sold in. When Mark Cuban had that chain, that movie chain, he would sell every stupid food in that movie chain.
Oh yeah.
You're just like, oh, this waxy chocolate pretzel. Thought it was going to be better. The guy from Canada loved it. The fucking one that nobody ever wants to do business with.
Yeah, he's just there to talk it out.
What's
I
his
think.
name?
Herjavec?
Yeah, what's his first name?
Robert Herjavec.
Yeah, that's
Rob
him.
Herjavec.
And Herjavec is like this. I'll give you $40 million for 2% of your company. And the guy's like this. Anybody else want to come back in? Anybody? You just see Herjavec at all his feelings hurt.
Herjavec likes two things: snacks and animal products.
Yeah, he loves dogs. He must love dogs.
They give him every food first. Delicious.
He does like to eat.
That's
And anytime like it's like a themed thing, they'll just be like, and yours has a little dog on it. Like everything. It's like other interest, but sure.
If it's a physical activity, he always gets involved too. Like he took on the ice skating one that they brought in.
You're right. Anytime you have to like get into like a hamster wheel and like roll around, he's always like the dude.
Well, he
who's
acts like
I'll
he's
do it.
extremes. I online skate. That's what he said once. I know what you're talking about because I online skate. I'm from Canada, but no one knows me. Like the other guy gets all the Canada stuff. Mr. Money.
I love money.
I like money. My favorite. What's that guy's name?
Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful. My favorite thing is like when they show how rich they are in the beginning of it, he's just driving around in a regular boat. About a fucking 22-foot boat. I could pull skiers on this if I wanted to. Money.
I love money.
I love wine and money. He's the guy who knows about wine.
Oh yeah,
He's the one who bought that you buy a glass of wine and it literally has a lid on it. For any fucking idiot.
That's him? Like the fucking...
Zippets or something like that.
What is it?
It's like Zippets. They sell them at baseball games.
Yeah,
and
it's
shit.
a sippy cup of wine.
It's adorable.
Yeah. Who wants a single glass of wine?
I'd rather have a wineskin.
Who would actually want... What year is this? 1978?
It looks cool.
I was watching an episode the other day, and I think it was a rerun. But I had to leave, and now I'm tortured. I have to find out what happened with this product. It's like the guy who basically invented inline skates, and then he was pitching this like you're like riding a bike like through the air on a
I
track.
saw that guy, yeah.
Did someone put money into that?
No.
I had to leave, and I was standing there with my keys, like, "Fuck, I'm gonna be late, but I really want to see if somebody buys this shit."
That was like 4 years ago or something too, and like the whole thing is like you make this hamster trail and then you ride around on it.
What?
It's like a monorail thing,
Yes.
except for you have an upside down.
It's a
bike.
monorail that you can like you power with your legs, and like the funny thing is, I wanted to look it up so bad on my way, like to go meet my friends, but I was like, I don't know how to Google that. Like, I really don't even know what to
Just
call
put
it.
in Google Shark Tank stupid idea. And that guy's like this. I invented online skates. I sold my patent for $15.
He did. He did not make a fortune off of inline skates at all.
He said the guy who invested fucking held his head underwater until he signed a piece of paper.
That's business. That's money.
Suge Knight?
Suge Knight would never get near water. Suge Knight, his major thing in life is I never jumped in a pool. Man, they won't stop saying fire Steve Bannon every time I turn around. We got one fucking ex-Sirius XM employee and they're trying to fire him.
That's the only representation we have there.
And they found out that he sent ice cream bars to the alt-right guy. The guy who ran over that girl. He sent him a case of ice cream bars.
Oh my god.
What, did Seth Meyers get serious about Trump last night?
Yeah, although I think that's more his speed.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been on this Trump stuff. Whereas Jimmy Fallon's just been tussling hair before this.
He tussled one thing of hair and people won't stop watching the show. But last night he was very serious. I think it's up on the iBang if you want to go see it. It's probably too long for us to play.
Yeah, I think it was like a couple minutes, the intro.
Yeah.
It's just his voice is cracking. He's so upset.
You got to think about the children.
His
I think he
specifically.
got teased by the alt-right when he was in school when he was younger. Hey, Roxy.
Yes.
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 Roxy, what can we do for you?
I wanted to request a song.
Okay.
Sandy Nelson, Teen Beat.
You want to listen to Bandy Bill's Ben CB?
No, Sandy Nelson, Teen Beat.
Mandy Milson Pampiti.
No.
No. There she goes.
Oh, man.
Roxy's gone.
Problem.
I wanted to hear that Mandy Milson song.
Does anybody know what the hell she was talking about?
Something sounded like Teen Beat in there. And I was like,
guess
that's a
she wants to hear Teen
magazine.
Beat. Yeah. I'll just read Teen Beat to you. Is that okay, Roxy? How'd she get the hotline?
I have no idea.
I think you gave it to her.
What is
She
this,
got the
Chris?
hotline. It's incredible.
There's some guests coming in. They're coming
Right.
down the hall now.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Michael Che, you know him from Weekend Update, and Wally the Cue Card guy
Nice.
is here. Weekend Update airs Thursdays, 9 p.m. on NBC. Have you guys seen it?
Yes.
Very funny, and it's very loose. They look like...
They look like they're having fun with it.
It was like me in summer school, where you really could feel like, you know what? I will ask a couple questions now.
You know what I mean? The pressure's off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're all kicking back.
I remember I used to have to be at my summer school by like 11:30. I couldn't make it. I was like, I'll be there sometime after. Let's bring him in. Weekend Update airs Thursdays, 9 o'clock on NBC. Michael Che is here, and he brought a cue card guy with him. I guess you have no idea what you're going to say?
Yeah, that song gives me nightmares, Ron.
Wally, what's happening, buddy?
Not too much. Yeah, it's way too early for us to be thinking about Saturday Night Live
Yeah,
in
man.
August, right?
Yeah.
It's really, we really put ourselves in a pickle, Wally.
It really stinks. I've been stressing about these shows since the show we took the break in May.
Is that right?
Just because staffing in the summer is different, and we're doing Seth Meyers and Jimmy Fallon on the same days.
Yep.
So I'm stretched thin as it is, and then we throw these half hours on where you think it'd be easier because it's just a half hour, but we're not used to doing just Weekend Update for a half hour. So
Yeah, but
it
it seems,
changes
Right.
everything.
it seems really loose, though. It seems like
Yeah.
you guys are very chill and having fun with it.
Well, I mean, you can loosen up when you have. It's so strange, like comedy, like the less time you have, the harder it is because you have to get. That means everything has to be exactly right.
Right.
But when you have a little bit more time, you get to be kind of looser, and you don't have to be under the gun as much. But then much longer, then the audience gets tired. So it's like a weird sweet spot between like 30 and 45 minutes where comedy kind of lives.
Well, I always thought it was funny, like the hour special, people went, well, that's how long a stand-up special should be, an hour.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think for a special, like 50, 55 minutes is
Yeah.
pretty great. But it's weird because I always thought that. And then I asked another, I think it was Burr. I asked Bill Burr. I was like, well, how long do you like your specials? He was like, I think like 55 minutes is a sweet spot. And it's such a specific number.
Yeah.
But like for him to say that, I was like, holy shit. Yeah. That's the same thing. I was thinking like 50, 55 minutes for some reason. It's just a good spot.
Well, you ever notice in the club, it always, no matter who it is, it's like 10 minutes too long. When you're
Yeah.
in the club, they want to sell drinks. You're like, and this was great about 40 minutes ago. I was having a great time.
Well, you can only laugh, but so long. Laughing is a workout. So sometimes people are so funny that you can get an audience tired.
Yeah.
Like I've seen it. I've seen people be exhausted from laughing at somebody. So that's why like specials tend to kind of go into stories toward the end and get a little bit more introspective towards the end when people are kind of settled in.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
it's
you're just
pacing.
like in that thing where like you were laughing in the beginning and then you're just like,
Yeah.
I get it, man.
You're
Thumbs
literally
up.
just holding your stomach.
So while you're doing all these shows at the same time,
Yes.
So your life is nuts.
Well, I'm doing, I have guys that do Fallon for me, so I really, that kind of runs on its own. But I'm doing Seth and SNL at the same time. So summer is just 4 days a week doing Seth, 2:30 to 7:30. It's a cush schedule.
What's more fun?
What, Seth or SNL?
Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot.
SNL is way, way more fun just because of the energy and the liveness of it. Seth is like, it's really like having a day off and just getting out of the house for 5 hours, really. Seth is great. He reads cue cards really well. He doesn't need a lot of preparation. So he just, it's like having a day off, but it's a fun day off. SNL is the real shit,
And
it's so weird. Like when you said like the half-hour shows, it's a half hour, but it still feels like a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's because like you're still doing the amount of work you'd be doing on an episode, kind of.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like for me, it's like you think it's less, but it's actually more because most times I'm just doing SNL or I'm just doing update, which is like 12 minutes, 13 minutes.
Yeah,
and
it's more too because I don't know. I usually have two guys that work on weekend. One guy really that does weekend update on a normal Saturday Night Live week. Kyle, yeah.
Don't say any names.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Kyle's great at it.
Don't say the name.
But
he might
Kyle
be in a deli right now, like holy shit.
Kyle just got a raise.
Kyle, he's an edit. He edits stuff as his regular job, and he comes in on Saturday and works for me. So, but these weekend update specials, I'm trying to get 6 guys to work on this. 6 guys to do a half hour, and it's only like 12 minutes longer, maybe 13 minutes longer than a normal
it's not much longer.
But 6 guys, and we're just barely getting the stuff done.
Is it because there's extra guests that
Well, there's 4 features.
Yeah,
and that you want to make it good, so they're rewriting a lot.
Update is a particularly weird animal because it's the one segment where we're constantly writing up until we go on.
Yeah.
Like literally, usually sketches are in the can by the meeting or right after the meeting.
Yeah,
but with Update, we're literally writing it as music's on.
I'm sure it's always been that way, but it's got to feel more intense right now. I mean, it just feels like news happens so fast and things change so quickly.
It's not even so much that news changes; it's that comedy happens so fast.
Right.
So it's like we got to do what Seth didn't do, what Trevor didn't do, what Oliver didn't do, what Mar didn't do. Like it's years ago it was kind of the only horse in the race, but now there's like 8 people doing the same kinds of thing, talking about the same types of things, and they're like, oh, that wasn't original. It's like, yeah, well, it's Saturday. That shit broke Monday. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, and Michael sometime when he's running cards back with us, he's rewriting even then, right before he's going on. He's like, can we get time to put this on cards? Can we get time to change that? So he's constantly
So you're on cards the entire show.
Which
is the exact opposite of comedy. You know what I mean? Like, comedy, you're like, I got an idea, I'm going to riff a little bit, then get back into my material that I know. But here you have no real chance.
It's such a bizarre thing. You're 100% correct because I never know what I'm going to say when I'm on stage.
Right.
But at SNL, I have to know exactly what I'm going to say for the camera cuts to go back to Joe so that we don't spread. So it's like a lot of, you got to think like SNL's a show where they might tell you got to take a page out of your sketch right before you have to perform the sketch, and then people look at it and be like, why is that in so weird? It's like, well, I mean, we literally had to snatch a page out of it and cut half of a set. Like, I don't think people understand the speed of the show, how the show works, to be able to criticize it sometimes.
Well, we were talking about when you go and watch the show, most of the stuff that you're watching is to see if these guys can put the sets together that fast.
Yeah.
You're like, they're not going to do it, man.
It's like Cirque du Soleil. You're like, oh man, is he going to make that ring? I don't know if he's going to do it.
I couldn't believe how excited Wally, hooked me up earlier this year, and I've been a fan of the show my whole life, and then getting to see it on the floor, like it's like goosebumps the whole time.
Yeah,
you just can't believe seconds up to it, and you're like, oh my god, they're not gonna do it. Like it's crazy.
It's strange. Sometimes we don't.
That's right.
Sometimes we don't. Sometimes disaster strikes.
Yeah,
and you just gotta roll with it.
Well, your career was already going along in a certain way. I mean, your style of stand-up was very laid back and all, but you had to amp that up. You had to change almost your personal timing.
Oh, yeah. Well, because it's a lot of things that factor into how you deliver a joke when you're on update, because you're behind the desk. So you're already kind of, hindered. Right. You know what I mean? So it already looks extra laid back because you're sitting. So you can't be also super laid back too. Right. You kind of have to be a little bit louder. And then also, secondly, you lose the camera. So like you tell a joke and the camera's off you. So you don't get a chance to recoup or to fix or to tag. Yeah. It kind of like once the joke's landed, it's on to the next one.
It's on to the next one.
And if it bombed, it just bombed. You don't get to bring it up the next time. You don't get to stretch it out and cut. You know, like you really don't get any editing because the camera goes on to somebody else. So it's very weird learning how to tell jokes for that format.
It seems like you and Colin started kind of trying to be a little bit looser. Like if a joke bombs, Colin will comment on it, and then Don will take that two-shot, or you'll comment on something.
We started that like the second season.
Yeah.
Well, because the thing was, it was also hard to develop chemistry in a single. Yeah. So when we started, it was like he tells a joke, I tell a joke, he tells a joke, I tell a joke, and the camera's on each one. The only time you see us together is in the beginning and the end of the show. So it's hard to build chemistry with somebody that you never fucking see or you're never with. Yeah. So the only way we would be able to do it is if he tells a joke and I have to respond to it, or if I, you know what I mean, if I say something, make a comment or give a look or something like that, it kind of shows that I didn't like the joke that he just did, even though it worked, or whatever it was, or vice versa, or he didn't like that I just burned him, or whatever it is. So it's interesting, like finding little things like that to show your personality in the segment, because it's such a It's so handicapped in a lot of different ways.
Well, he comes from a whole different background than you. The way he delivers,
white people.
Yes,
well, that's why I hold Colin's cue cards and I don't hold Michael's cue cards. Just saying.
And in fairness, Kyle holds mine, but he wears black gloves the whole time. Makes me feel at home.
But I always thought that he works from that. Seth Meyers, I was a writer. I was a writer of jokes, where you were a writer of your own comedy material. You never wrote material for other people, right?
No, that's true. Well, I wrote sketches, but stand up or jokes wise, I never wrote for anybody yet. No,
and that's a really different thing, because one, you're finding your own personality, and then when you're a joke writer, you're like writing for somebody else's.
That's true. That's very true. But it's also a good. It's kind of a gift too, in a way, because when you write for other people, you become unselfish in the material.
Right.
So there's a lot of times where he says, "Hey, I think you should do that." You know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't want to do that, because that's not something. And he'll be like, No, I think it'll be good. It'll sound like he has a different kind of ear. He has like an outside ear or a writer's ear, especially being head writer of SNL. He kind of knows how to let everybody score, and that's what you really learn at the show too. From a writing perspective, you learn how to let everybody score, because it's not, you're never just watching one person.
Yeah.
Unless it's Eddie Murphy or something. But usually you're watching everybody score.
Yeah. But if you're writing for a late night show, writing for the monologue, you'll write 100 jokes. And then you're like, oh, good, he picked 3. It's a good day today. Yeah. But if you're writing for yourself, you're like, man, I got to keep trying this joke. I know it's funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You do that.
Well, that's
thing.
funny, because like that's really how it is now. Like I'll write like 6 or 7 jokes, and then those same 7 jokes, maybe one will drop, but I'll just keep tweaking the 6 to make them work,
right?
As opposed to trying 15 and finding which 6 work. You know what I mean? But our process is very different in that way,
And that's just because your background, you came into this, and it's very hard to shake the way you started.
Also, it's bombing isn't the worst case scenario when you do stand up, because you're like, oh, if a joke doesn't work, we'll keep doing it until it works. But with SNL, you only get about 3 cracks at it. You get run through, you get dress rehearsal, and you get air. Yeah. So there's a lot. That's why I can't watch the show, because there's times when I'll see a joke and I'm like, I wish I still had that, because I know how to make it work now. I know the other part. It's like working at a junkyard. We're like, I got the wheels for it. But so it's frustrating.
Yeah. So how many more of these Weekend Update shows happen?
I think we're doing 2 or possibly 3, but I think pretty much 2.
I've been told 2, and that's all I'm working on. There's a 4th one. You guys are going up.
I'm not sure. I know football makes things complicated. It's just whenever NBC needs money.
I just got offered. I was asking for Lauren's Yankee tickets for a game in 2 weeks.
Lauren has the best Yankee tickets in all of Yankee Stadium.
And I know not to ask for like the Yankee Red Sox and the big games. I'll ask for the lower games like on a weeknight. So I asked for a Monday or Tuesday night game against Cleveland, and they're already taken. And Lauren's assistant just emailed me back and said, "Would you like 8:31?" Those are available, and that's when we were supposed to do that 4th show.
Oh.
And it's Yankee Red Sox, and I was like, I want them. I'm in.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So I've got those tickets, unless of course Michael Che asks for them.
No.
And then I'm out. But
and that's
Paul
also
Simon comes to town.
But if there's a show that night, I'm going to be very upset.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was really excited.
8:31. That's going to be a meaningful series.
Yeah, it's
too.
the first game of a 4-game series.
That might be like the make or break of the.
Yeah, it might be. So
that's his Lauren doing this so long. Does that take the pressure off, or does it make it like, hey, we don't ever want to have a bomb for Lauren? Meaning the fact that he's done so many successful things. When he comes up with a new project, does it have the pressure like, oh, we've got to measure up to everything he's ever done?
No, it's like it's like working for Pat Riley or somebody. Where it's like, he's been around and he's won so many times that you trust his. If he says, "Oh, don't worry, this is normal," you kind of have to believe him. And if he tells you we can't do this, you kind of have to believe that too. You want to impress him because he's very difficult to impress. Seeing as though he's a guy that hired Bill Murray or something.
Right.
You know what I mean? What hasn't he seen?
No, and he's got really good perspective. He tries to keep everybody grounded. And the meetings between Dress and Air, especially, he's never saying, "All right, guys, let's go do." He's
never rattled. And he's never freaking out.
No, and he did say something really interesting last year. Now I've been there 27 seasons. And
wow,
and this will be my 28th starting this year. I know, it's crazy.
It's amazing.
And he said at the last show of last season that this was the best season since the first season that he remembers ever doing, and that's pretty impressive for him to say something like that to the whole room. I don't know if you remembered him saying that, but it was pretty. I was like pretty blown away by that.
When he says stuff like that, you're like, what? That can't be right.
Yeah. That's when you know, like, if controversy, like, if he's like, oh, these things happen, or if he's like, oh, this is really bad, guys. You're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, right.
How bad? Charlie Rocket bad? Is that what we're talking about here? But it is funny how that show ebbs and flows, and he's gotten to the point where, yes, this is a rebuilding year. Because it used to be a major problem.
Yeah.
If there was a couple bad shows in a row.
Yeah.
I think it's the most. It's like it feels like playing for a New York sports team where it's like it's week to week. Everybody remembers your last thing, and then when it's over, they appreciate you way more because they remember the best times they had with you. It's when it's happening. In 10 years, New York will love Carmelo Anthony.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, it's right now, people are just, you're too deep inside of it to really see it for what it is. And I think it's the same thing with SNL. There's cast that you grow up with. Like Lauren always says that you always loved the cast that when you were about, I think, like 13.
It's true.
Whoever was the cast, that's who you will always say is the best. So like there's times when people, still criticize and be like, man, bring Norm back. And like, that was 25 years ago, man. I don't think that's on the table anymore. But that's what they think.
And it's not like Norm had a lot of fun when he was doing it. He was in, The Barrel.
Norm is my favorite guy to watch ever because there's jokes that Norm would tell that would just completely ice the audience. And I just think, oh my God, I could never do that. I could never do that.
He would end on those jokes.
Yeah.
That would be his last joke. To just,
what do you do? And then it just come and then just like right down the barrel. He wouldn't break or nothing. And you're like, oh man, that kind of freedom. But you know, the climate, comedy is just completely different now.
Yeah, he was
doing comedy
fearless.
now. Political comedy now is like being a senator.
Yeah.
You gotta like watch what you say about everything.
Yeah, Norm was fearless about that.
Well, you were on Twitter before you were on that show, and you were always starting shit and having fun. And
Constantly.
You were the first person who ever told me. It was like, he goes, I just don't think any of it is real. I always remember that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that is true.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's World of Warcraft for like everybody. It's all it is.
But
it's
now,
imaginary.
Think of how many people who got fired because of Twitter. We know tons of people who have lost their gigs because of something they said on Twitter.
because corporations or people really start to believe in the hype. They believe the fact that these people are actually outraged, and you're like, they're not outraged. No one's outraged typing. The people that are outraged are outside with tiki torches. You know what I mean? Like they're actually outside. They're not.
Right.
They're not on Twitter.
And most of the time, in circumstances, anybody would send you something to criticize you. If they met you in person, they would just be like, "Whoa,
yeah,
this is awesome."
Nothing I've ever done on Twitter has been picked up everywhere, but it's I've never seen it at the deli.
Right.
I've never seen it at the mall. I've never seen it on the my Uber driver never said anything about it. So it's like, it's really nothing. It's really just fun. I wish people had more of a sense of humor about what they criticize and stuff. And it wasn't so. That's why I left Twitter, because it's like, what is the point of this?
Yeah.
Just so people could yell.
Yeah,
Or
even on Facebook, we're Facebook friends, and you just give people shit
I
day
talk
long.
shit. That's what I do.
I know, but that's some fun. You're like the only person on Facebook of people that I follow that you're giving people shit and you're defollowing them and you're telling them why you're not following. They're letting them follow you anymore.
I block them. I tell them why they're blocked. And I don't even block them. I just unfriend them because I want them to read that they're blocked.
Right. So
Frustrating.
I went and saw Colin at Caroline's a couple weeks ago, and Michael was there, so we were hanging out backstage, and I was going to send him a nice, "Hey, it was great to see you," and Colin on Facebook and tag him in it. And as I was going to do that, he had just posted, "Don't even bother tagging me in anything. You will be unfollowed immediately."
I remember that.
I don't want to be tagged. And I just started laughing because I was just going to tag him. I would have been unfollowed. Oh, my God.
Oh, man, I would have loved to unfollow you. That would have been fantastic.
Hey, I've been unfollowed by a lot better than you, all right? So let's just go on the record and say
It's just fun. I don't know why people don't
no,
have
you
fun
have fun with it.
stuff
That's
like
why
that.
I enjoy reading your stuff. Yeah.
Fun.
We're hanging out with Michael Che and our buddy Wally the Cue Card Guy. Weekend Update airs Thursdays at 9 p.m. on NBC.
And, Wally has this interesting thing because he's done Weekend Update, but then you've also worked for Donald Trump doing his personal cue cards.
That's right.
Yes.
That's really
Yeah.
strange now when you think about it.
It's really strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I considered his personal cue card guy. No one else has ever.
At his request.
Yeah.
Yes. He requests me whenever he's doing something, or when he was doing something before he was president. I would be requested for anything he was doing on TV. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. He hasn't called me since he's become president.
Right.
I will go on record
big
as
shot
saying
now,
that.
That's terrible. After all you've done for his campaign.
It would be interesting to see, like, if it was a conflict, like he needed me for something, and I had like an SNL or a Seth, like, would the shows want me to go just so I can report back on what that experience was like? Do you think?
Yeah.
Or
I'm sure we know what the experience is.
Yeah, I know we already know that.
He's a very uninteresting guy.
Yeah, without a doubt.
He's remarkably uninteresting.
Yeah.
Well, he came into town last night. This is his first time back, which
You're
is
right.
And they gave him a nice New York welcome.
Yeah, got the normal New York welcome. I don't know why they didn't do that years before he became president. They should act the same way when he was just a real estate guy.
That's the funny part. Like I hear people when they, whenever like Scaramucci or whoever is, or Spicer, and they're like, "Oh, how could you work for this guy?" And like 90% of America was sending him video job interviews when he had a TV show. Everybody wanted to work with him.
That's right.
He's the same fucking guy. He didn't change.
Yeah, no, he didn't change at all. He did not change.
Which is kind of amazing to not change when you become the president.
No. Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of sad. Like from the Twitter to the everything.
Yes, it's exactly 100% the same. Well, this is also weird. It's like Steve Bannon, who, when SNL was up as evil, just like a year ago, Vito was his phone screener. He was doing a show right over there, just doing a show like this.
Really?
Yeah. And then he becomes this other thing, and he's going to go back to probably doing a show.
See,
You know what I
kids,
mean?
dreams do come true. Just hard work, perseverance, and you can be
He's
in
going
the
to be
White
back doing a
House.
show very soon. I'm hearing is the word around,
I don't
right?
know. You hear that, but I never know. I never know what's going to
Never
happen
know,
there,
man.
It's so erratic.
I think a lot of them, since they're not even political guys, a lot of them probably don't want to do it anymore. They're
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
like, you
yeah,
know what?
yeah.
I'm out. Just cut me out. I don't know that they want to do this.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's a grind, man.
But their egos maybe stand in the way of that as well,
Yeah, their egos, they wanted to look good.
Yeah, they don't
but
wanna-
also, you don't want to do this shit for
No.
3 more years.
No.
Or 7.
I'm sure Trump is sick of it. I'm sure he's
I'm
already
certain.
very-
Gotta be, man.
Gotta be.
Right.
He's definitely losing his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it hadn't happened yet. Like like when it first happened, I was like, he's gonna get sick of this. He's gonna just decide this just isn't as cool as he thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, man.
Well, I mean, he's a 70-something-year-old billionaire, and he started a new career in politics at the highest office in the land. I don't think he wants this kind of stress. I think he wants to,
His family
play
just
golf
hates
and
it.
grow.
Yeah.
His family's like, wait, I might go to jail now?
Yeah.
We did this kind of crazy shit for years and it worked out.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem that's going to be is the money laundering thing, which is what happens with New York apartments.
Right.
You go past any building in New York, there's 800 apartments there. There's like 7 lights on. You're like, what happens in that giant tower? Who lives there?
Yeah.
How come I never see anyone on any of the balconies?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially in Midtown. It's kind of insane that you see the skyline. It's just like 8 lights.
Yeah.
How is this possible?
I always thought, like, if you had to live in New York to have an apartment, the rent would probably be about $800-900 a piece. You know what I mean? Like, because people don't want to. Those rich people, they just own it for whatever the corporate reason,
Right.
And then they show up at Christmas.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I like to be in New York at Christmas.
Or it's overseas. A lot of overseas people
Yeah.
have them. It's just like those like $20 million apartments and stuff
Right.
are just completely empty. Just some dude in Saudi Arabia owns it, and he's here once a week,
Yeah.
or whatever mistress he has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like his
I don't
own.
want to dime those guys out. I'm just saying.
That's a good corporate gig for you. You don't want to turn that down in like 5-6 years.
Yeah, man, I want to perform on a big ass boat, Saudi Arabia for a couple rubies.
Do people ask you to do any corporate gigs now?
Yes, and corporate gigs are the best because it's a lot of money for all you have to do is just make fun of them. It's the safest. It's the safe. If you ever do a corporate gig and you're listening, just make fun of the people there because
Yes.
that's the only thing they want to laugh at. They don't want to have an opinion. They don't want to. Don't bring politics or just fucking make fun of Carol in accounting. And you're fine.
Everybody claps.
Just everybody hates Carol.
That is so her. You got her.
Just call Carol a slut. You're fine.
Frank, you just look crib notes. Frank is crazy.
It's always a Frank too. Frank sucks. Carol's a slut.
Well, I saw you and Joe's do that gig for Big J in Montreal.
Oh yeah. The
And it
crowd
was,
work. Yeah.
upstairs from some teddy bar, and I'm like literally sitting going, do these people get that the fucking SNL guys are here in your town?
Montreal spoils you though, because
Yes.
it's like everybody's here. They're like, they could see anybody. They could be watching, us and be like, "Where's Kevin Hart?"
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about us. They want to see something cool. They don't care.
That also is what's happened in New York comedy now. Is like people are always going, "Is Kevin Hart here?
Right.
Is Louis dropping
Yeah,
in?"
where's Chappelle?
Right.
Well, speaking of Chappelle, how was that show on Saturday night that you and Colin opened for Chappelle?
Oh man, it was me, Colin, Leslie, and
I
Pete.
wanted to go to
It
that
was
so badly,
awesome.
but I had an anniversary of my wife or something. I had to,
Oh man,
How was that
You should've
experience?
bailed,
Was that?
dude.
I know I should have.
You get more anniversaries.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. How was that at Radio
I mean,
City?
maybe not if you miss one.
Yeah,
but-
right. Yeah. That's a really good point. How was it Radio City doing
It
that?
was awesome, man. It's a like third time I've ever been in the building. The first time I went was to my boy's graduation, and I didn't even get inside. I got to the lobby because I came late. And then the second time was the week before when Dave did the show with Chris Rock, and he had Chris Rock, Amy Schumer, and Kevin Hart and Jeff Ross.
Oh my God.
on the same show, and it was just like it was just insane. So I'd never been on that stage, and performing on that stage is bizarre. It's not as cool as I wanted it to be because it's so dark that you can't see all of the people the way it's lit.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't really get to see it until the lights come back on after the show, but you feel the energy of the show, and it was kind of cool. Being a New York kid,
No, that's amazing.
It's a massive stage. It's like
it's
a
huge.
football field. Like I've seen them walk animals across the
right.
The guy is up there doing stand-up. Hey, everybody.
It's like a little
it's
thing.
insane how it's literally like one guy buying a giant mansion where you're like, what is this for? You don't have a family, you can't have kids, dude. But no, it's like comedy always feels like it's too much for you. You're always like, oh, this is just for comedy, just for the like funny things, just for dick jokes.
Well, I always think of SNL as being like one of the last show business things that there is. You know what I mean? Like it feels like, and then Radio City is the same equivalent when it comes to that. Yeah. Like you really do, there's showgirls there. You know what I mean? There's people who dance across the stage like showgirls.
And I love too, like if you're on the street earlier in the day and they're doing like dress rehearsals, like those girls are really outside smoking a cigarette in their costumes and like all that stuff. I love that stuff.
Yeah, it's weird. That's such a weird way to put it. It's still like showbiz. You feel like it's show business. Well, that's big ass red feathers and shit.
Yeah, that's the I think one of the cooler things about SNL is there's not enough room to do that show. Correct. So it forces everybody together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you just see these giant stars huddled in the hall to come out and do, Steve Martin to walk out there for a second is cramped right before he does. You know?
Yeah, I remember when Solange was the musical guest and Jay-Z and Beyonce, like the whole family was like standing like in that area near the page desk.
Yeah.
And like the show is going on, so like at certain points you have excuse me, like pushing Jay-Z out the way to get to cue cards and shit. He's like in the way, but he knows he's in the way. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Like it's such a weird thing. Nobody cares that that's Beyonce. Everybody's just like, could you get the fuck out of here? We gotta bring the llama through. So weird.
I loved also seeing that's just like those little cubby holes where you guys do like your costume changes. It's just it's like a tiny little cubbies.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, you just get used to people just reaching down your pants and pulling your shirt off just constantly because you just got to get in a quick change. When I had to do those cold opens, I had to do warm up in Lester Holt makeup, literally in like a bald cap and fucking weird ass makeup with gray hair. And I'm like, we got a great show. They're like, who the fuck is that? What happened to him? Weird ass prosthetic nose and shit. And I'm doing like, so you ever ride the subway? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I can't tell them, hey, I'm doing Lester Holt later. I just have to look weird. And then immediately they're like, oh, okay, I guess he's Lester Holt.
Well, doing the warm-up, does that help chill you out too? I mean, because
it doesn't help chill me out. It helps me just meet the audience. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay, these motherfuckers are tight. They're excited. Right. Oh, they're here to see the band. They're here to see the cast. They're here to see the special guests. Like, you kind of get a understanding. That's another thing about SNL that's weirder than any other show is not everybody's there to see us. Sure. You get a different audience every time. Sometimes it's like all Bruno Mars. It might be just all 17-year-old girls.
Because they're willing to sleep outside.
You never know. Yeah. You never know who it is that they're coming to see or what kind of energy it is. So sometimes it's One Direction's on the show, and we're like, in North Korean news, and everybody's like, oh boy, yuck, get these old guys out of here.
Yeah, that's always funny too when it's like the kids are in the audience, and then maybe like Mike Myers will come back with a character, and they don't know who he is.
Yeah, they won't fucking know. They don't even know.
One dude's like, I'd be
freaking out. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's like 19-year-old screaming girls, and then Steve Martin's like King Tut. And they're like, what? King Tut? Is this racist? I can't even tell. Like, I don't know what this is. It's bizarre, but it's also like, that's why I don't like doing warm up because it cuts into time. but it's also really
especially
beneficial.
now too. You're doing warm up for these weekend update specials we're doing on Thursday,
Right.
and
I'm like right off update. I'm right
you're
off,
rehearsing with us, and then they're grabbing you like in 30 seconds. You need to go out there, and then we start the show right away. So it's cutting into your prep time.
And it's a fun thing to complain about while it's happening.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
also like when you step away from it, you're like, it's good because it kind of gets you into that SNL mode of I'm performing now and anything can happen, and we got to kind of be quick and sharp.
Yeah.
Well, that is the, again, anywhere else is like, we have a problem. Let's start 5 minutes late. Doesn't matter what you're doing in life other than that show has to start on time. Right.
What's the
nothing
saying,
else.
Wally? It's we don't go because it's ready. We go because it's 11:30.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and that's the difference between doing Seth and SNL too. If they want to add something last minute, which they do a lot of the time, we'll hold the show for 5 minutes. It's not a big deal. There's no pressure on me to, kill myself to get this done. But with SNL, it has to be done. We have to get it done, and they challenge us a lot, and we meet those challenges mostly every show to do it. But sometimes it's just too much to do, but most of the time we get it done. But we'll do it on the floor.
Yeah, that's the other part of it too. And like, if you think of anybody who went through that show, everything else in the business after that is like, okay, who gives a shit?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a big reason Bill Murray doesn't give a shit. You know,
he's like, I know how crazy it can be.
No, it's very bizarre how it actually makes you. It's a little weird too sometimes. Like sometimes you'll do like a tape project. Like I did a commercial one time, and it was like a 12-hour shoot, and we do video parodies that are like in like 4 hours that are like 3 minutes of just comedy, like joke. It was like a 30-second commercial spot, and it was literally 7 to 7, and I'm like, how the fuck is this taking so long? This should be easy as hell. Like we could do this in an hour.
It's a whole different life. It's a whole other thing. It's a whole other thing, and they take that time because they can
take all their time.
Yeah, they can. They're like, we got 12 hours. Let's take our time. We'll get it right. We'll shoot from here, we'll shoot from there.
When we do pre-tape, sometimes we have like, all right, we have the host for 2 hours. I don't know, whatever shots you need, you got to get it in this window because he's got to be in studio blocking or whatever. So like you're so under the gun during the entire production of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you do those other things. They're like water, juice. What do you need? You're like, why do you keep bringing up beverages? Whoever I know, there's another person who wants to know if I want to drink.
And you're like, hey, you want to hang out in the trailer for a while? No, I want to get the next shot. Let's do this. It's 30 seconds. None of this shit is usable anyway.
It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean it's just one location. What is going on? Why is this so difficult? We have all the cameras.
Well, do you have a period that was your funnest time of being? I mean, 27 years it's almost making you the ghost of the building now.
Yeah, almost. I mean, my first year, Chris Farley and Adam Sandler started. Wow. So I was 25.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? We were rookies together. So we would hang out. We would go to the parties and we would hang out, and I would help them out with cue cards like I help you out now. And I think probably that is most memorable just because I was nervous as hell. Yeah. Doing the job, I was learning it, and it was stressful, but hanging out with these guys, hanging out with Farley and watching Farley, Farley couldn't stay in his dressing room. He just was so pent up, all this pent up energy. So he would just be on set, and we didn't have cell phones back then. So when we would, the times between Don blocking and stuff, it's like 3-4 minutes sometimes. He would just be on set making everybody laugh off camera, and it was the fucking best. It was the best.
Isn't that like kind of weird seeing all those guys? Everyone's kind of process. Like you'll see some people who, will need a drink, or some people that'll smoke, or some people that are antsy, some people that are super like just reading, and some people just can't be bothered with it. Like everybody has a different kind of process, like little quirks on before they go on.
Yeah,
and it's kind of interesting to see all these great motherfuckers do that shit.
Yeah, it's
like I can't imagine watching Farley prepare.
Yeah, right. Well, he would always have to touch the floor. He had all these OCD things where he would have to touch the floor like a certain amount of times. And Mike Myers would only walk in the studio through a certain door.
Yeah,
so that right. He wouldn't go into the studio through any other door but one door. Just weird things like that.
It's very baseball players do that kind of shit
it's like
all the time.
It's like sports.
Yeah. We have a lot of like when I'm doing Seth Meyers, the stage manager, and I'll come up, I'll tap him on the back before. We have all these little things we do too right before the show starts.
I give Colin the finger.
Yeah, just little things like that to just that and it means nothing, but it means everything too. You know?
Yeah,
you
it's weird. Like I realize you almost don't even realize it. Like sometimes I take the like. If you could track my footprints, it'd be the same exact route to the stage. Like everything is just like so exact. Like everyone knows where to find you after a while. When you're like, I guess I do this all the fucking time.
Yeah, that's funny that those like little ritualistic things can mean something so important to you, and then you'll see somebody do something like that, and then probably go like, well, we're gonna have a bad show because that's
fucked up.
Yeah.
Just walk around and tell people it's done. It's over.
Well, kind of like the first show, the first primetime show. I had to do warm up, and then I had to do then go right to stage. And I'm like, well, how do I? But then I can't read. Like I don't know. Like I don't know if I can do the show if I don't read right before I'm going on.
Yeah.
But it's like, of course you can. But
Sure.
it's just so weird to break a habit.
Yeah. And also you need to get into that kind of thing, the subconscious place. You do these things so that you lower it's like no, and you realize there is luck to hitting a baseball. So there's also part of that. Like no matter how much you do, you still need to catch a break to make a joke work.
Right.
You know? You do. You just also need that thing that works. So why not get everything else out of the way and let as much of that space be? You know what I mean? Like I'm here. This is the way I always do it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's strange. I don't know why. That's just the way you do it. I don't fucking know why.
Yeah, and you know, for preparation too, you know, I think going back for most of the update stuff, you run cards more than any update host. That I've worked with, because
it's always like sometimes you have to like not read it. You have to like
you like to get really familiar with it.
I like because. Jokes, one word changes everything. You know what I mean? And then it's like, is there a funnier word than this for the same exact joke? Just a funnier word. So sometimes I'll read it. Sometimes I'm reading it, like rehearsing it, and I'm reading it wrong just to see like if there's a funny way to say it. And if I get like a laugh from the cue card, I'm like, okay, maybe that's where it is. Sometimes like they'll hear it a different way and they go, oh, that was funny. And then I'll just change that word. So like I like to run it that way because you only get 2 shots at it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit weirder.
I've watched people run sets for the Tonight Show so many times that they suck the soul out of it. And you're like, okay, you've got 4 more laughs, but you've also given up those big major pause laughs. Or the people don't know you as well because you're doing as many jokes as you can. They haven't gotten used to this person. Those things those things it's the tiniest things that changes people's perceptions.
Absolutely.
You know?
I did a Letterman one time, and I remember it was the first time I ever did network, and it was during Sandy. Mm-hmm. And so my boy had to like knock on my window because I didn't have a phone or power or anything. I was in Jersey City. They called him. My manager called him. He had to drive all the way to my place, like 30 minutes out, and knock on my window and tell me, hey, you got to do Letterman tomorrow. So we had to like drive to like a hotel on the edge of Jersey to get into the city in the morning. And then we had to bring a hitchhiker actually into the city because in order to get in the tunnel, you needed like...
I remember when they were doing that.
Yeah, you needed like a certain amount of people. So it was just the 2 of us. So we had to pull up at a bus stop. We were like, hey, does anybody want to go to New York? And some guy was like, I'll go. And I was like, okay. And then he has a toddler with him. And he fucking brings a toddler in the car. We're like, this is you're an unfit dad.
Bad dad.
But we got in and we were safe or whatever. We were like, we could kill this guy. And then we drove into the city, and I remember like I hadn't done comedy in a week. I hadn't run the set, the late night set, so I didn't even know the jokes. It was so like frustrating to kind of do. And I can't watch it now because I'm like, I'm fucking like stammering and scared the whole time because I'm trying to remember it.
Yeah.
But it's comedy is like a rhythm thing. You kind of have to be in your rhythm. So that's why people run it all the time. Like they'll run it. I've seen people that have a late night set, and they'll run it like 5 times the night before, and then when they go on, it's just like muscle memory.
Yeah.
It's like, ready to go.
But that's the thing is like it doesn't occur to you even to go, wait, I can't do it. I don't have enough time. You just go and do it.
You don't say no to comedy.
Yeah.
I think you hear no so often that it's almost hard to say no to anything. It's like if you're in a starving country and someone offers you food, even if you don't like that food, you're gonna take it just because it's like, I don't know when I'm gonna get another thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It takes a really long time before you realize, oh, these offers aren't gonna stop, or at least not for the foreseeable future. So now I could be a little bit more selective. Like even now, it takes a lot for me to just pass up on a gig because I'm always thinking, oh man, I don't know if I pass up on that, I might not get anything that, I might not work this fall, But it's weird with the way comedy is people do anything.
And it's also funny that I don't know of another art thing that you can't just start and cruise a little bit. Like no matter how big you get, Chris Rock could come off stage and, that was humiliating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it might be his version of humiliating, but it still fucking hurts like you were an open micer.
Absolutely. It's because you still know what the joke is in your head.
Right.
And you're looking for it to land in the right places. It's got to fit in the right places. It's not just the laugh. A lot of times, if you're doing a set, you're only doing a set to make one part of a joke work. The whole set is dedicated to what you're working on, one real little thing.
Right.
And the audience has no idea. So they're like, that was great. And you're like, no, but that's not what I came for. That shit's supposed to work. It's worked 4 times before. You know what I mean? I'm past that. I'm want this part to work, and it's not. And that's enough to fucking frustrate you.
That is hilarious. Like you're doing some new material and somebody comes up and goes, that thing is that's 3 years old, they loved. That was amazing. You're like, fucking no, man.
It's almost not even a compliment. It's almost a shot in the gut. Fuck you.
It's almost like your old girlfriend was perfect.
That's exactly right.
Well, there's another funny thing about where you are now. Like Colin does, if he dates somebody, it does make page 6, which changes the way
that's true.
You're going to date.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like even me, like I'm dating a Times Square Elmo, so no one's writing about that.
No one's writing. I've seen them with the heads off. Some of them are really cute.
Some of them are very cute.
Yeah, they are.
I met one changing on the in-train platform, and
you just knew.
Yeah, man. I just knew right then and there. I fucking knew.
I did have one call me Poppy one time, and I'm like, this is incredibly sexy to me. I wish it wasn't.
Like that is how fetishes are born.
Yes,
like,
it is.
So you're like, all right, so now this is going to be an issue.
Yeah.
I saw in the Converse. I saw a black guy. I saw a black guy playing a Minnie Mouse, and I was like, "This is wrong. This is fucking wrong."
Yeah. When
I became so prejudiced. I was like, "No black man should ever be Minnie Mouse. To be a white lady with a squeaky voice."
Well, when I worked in Florida, I knew a lot of the people that used to call my radio show who worked at Disney because there's like 100,000 of them, and all the costume people say people grab their tits all the time to see if they're a guy or a girl. Like families, the mom.
That's a weird way to do check that.
They cannot
what are you?
They can't start punching back or yelling and stuff. They just have to take it. But they say
it really is the greatest place on earth.
Yeah. It is the last place to grope.
Oh my god! Really?
Yeah. I heard that a lot of times from people.
Is that why football players go there all the time?
Yes. Football players enjoy it.
I'm going to Disney World.
Yeah.
Guess who?
Yeah, my kids want me to bring them. Right now, my 2 boys are 17 and 15, and they want us to bring them over Christmas break. And I think I've got the.
You gotta go.
I gotta go now.
Yeah,
that's insane. And then what? You don't get a prize for
right.
Once you know, then what?
But they just run across like hundreds of thousands of people a day. So somewhere in there's just crazy people.
Yeah, there's
all part of it.
Sucks.
We're hanging out with Michael Che and Wally the Cue Card Guy. Weekend Update airs Thursdays at 9 p.m. on NBC.
Well, is all throughout the years has that been the favorite part of the show for you? The Weekend Update part?
Yeah, because it's a little bit of a break because we know where we're going to be. That every sketch is different. I'm going to be a different place or different height, whatever. Weekend Update, it's set. It's that break, kind of a break for the audience too. It's right after music. So yeah, it's the steady of throughout the years. And yeah, it's one of the things that I enjoy. I did used to write jokes for Norm when he did it, and for Kevin Nealon when he did it. So I enjoy that part of it also. Seeing the jokes.
How many jokes would go through for those guys before they picked?
Oh my God! Yeah. I mean, probably the same amount. Although I think it's done a little differently. When Norm was doing it,
he wrote it all like on one night, right?
Friday nights we would go out. So I'd go up after rehearsal like at midnight, and they'd all be sitting around the writers' table. Norm and Jim Downey, and there'd be like 5 of us, and we'd have pictures. We used to back in the day. You'd have photos from like AP. So they'd be photos circulating. You look at photos, and if you could think of a joke for that, you could write the joke up or what was in the news. But yeah, you would write a joke, and then if you liked it, you'd read it out loud to the table. If they laughed, it went in. If they didn't laugh, they said, "Oh, work on that or work on that." But it was a blast, and we'd do that till 4 or 5 in the morning, and then that's how they used to write it.
We kind of we have like a Friday write night too, but it's a little bit weird because we need it Friday because news, like you said, news happens so fast, it changes so fast. So like what happened Monday is kind of stale for Saturday, and then also everybody's already done jokes about it. So Friday's kind of like the one night where we're writing our show and no one else is writing. So we kind of get first crack at everything that happened Thursday night and Friday.
Yeah, that is true. Like at least you get that. But Trump, it's amazing how he'll change the news through a single tweet or a statement.
We've had to rewrite updates, right, Lindsay? We've done like we'd have a show like a Thursday and then something happened Thursday night and we're like, all right, this is all irrelevant.
Right.
We have to kind of do something toward here.
I mean, North Korea became relevant in 6 hours. Yeah. It was the only thing on the news, and then never brought up again on the news.
Yeah, then Charlottesville.
Yeah, I got to tell you though, if those white supremacists would have just stopped it the night before with the torches when they were walking around, they'd be legends now. But the following day, they looked very stupid in cosplay.
It's like I don't know what it's just exhausting. It's like, what, really? White supremacy? That's still a thing? It's like fucking, like when you buy a bag of jelly beans and you see like licorice and you're like, really? Still someone's asking for this shit? Really? I imagine someone likes them, but enough to put them in the fucking bag with all the other ones. That's what it feels like. It's like, God damn it. This is where this is the line we got. Now this is the stand, the soapbox we have to be on. We have to be against white supremacists, Nazis.
Yeah,
I don't support the Nazis. Yeah. Oh, really? That's awesome. What a good guy.
It used to be a given. They're like, now it's more important than ever to say that you're against white supremacy. I thought we all assumed that about me, but okay.
Like, all right,
I'll make the official statement.
He makes you have an opinion on shit that you're like, really? You need to have an opinion on this shit? Like it could be a joke. He takes away jokes,
right?
Because it would be a great joke if I was for Nazis. Now I can't do that because there's actual people for Nazis. So it strips the concept, the context away. It's not fun anymore.
The guy with Jewish grandchildren did not come out against the Nazis. It's an amazing time that we live in.
Yeah, and it's like he comes out and then he does come out and he's like, I'm against the Nazis. And you're like, all right, yeah, but he's still a terrible. You could be against Nazis and also a terrible president, and also why did it take so long? But also that's a very fucking low bar. That we're like, hey, come out against the Nazis. Do it, fucking president. We fought wars against the Nazis. It's the easiest one to be against. But apparently not.
Yeah. No.
Well, you guys got to get to work, man. You got.
I got to get to work. I'm like immediately from here.
All right. Well, the cool thing is you could just walk underground. You don't even need to.
Is that true?
Yeah, you can walk all the way underground.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
But we'll see you guys again soon. Hope you get into the football pool. I know you're both football guys, right?
Yes.
Who are you picking this year to win it all?
I don't know. I think. I hate Dallas and I hate New England. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
you're a New England guy?
I'm from New England, so I'm a Patriots fan, yeah.
You've had a good run.
Oh, yeah. That's the funny thing. My kids, 17 and 15, have only known winning with the Patriots.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to set them up. Like, Brady's not going to be around forever. Belichick's going to retire probably, too. Yeah. Just be ready for that.
They were a joke for most of their history.
They were, I remember,
my childhood.
like in the early 90s, they were like the worst team in the league.
Yeah, me growing up. And I want to want to try to take him to a Super Bowl with Brady before he retires. But of course, I'm looking at like $10,000.
Yeah, but
a $10,000 thing.
You've already had 7 chances.
Yeah, well, this is true. I went to the first one. My brother took me to the first one, so I kind of feel I owe my kids.
I always just end up betting whoever Hard Knocks follows that year. I just get caught up in it. All right, weekend update.
So you've never won.
Never win. Weekend updates Thursdays at 9. NBC. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you so
guys.
much.
Thanks for having us.
See you next time.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, it's the Bennington show. That was really, really fun. Our buddy Wally, the cue card guy, and Michael Che, who he was with us right before he kind of blew up. He had done our show 2 or 3 times, and then we're like, hey, how cool, he's going to be a correspondent for the Daily Show. And then like 3 weeks later, oh, he's leaving the Daily Show to do Weekend Update.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's like, I don't know. That kind of just seems like the biggest gig too, even on the show. Cause you could be a really featured, a really featured player. But I think it was maybe Amy Poehler who, when she switched over to doing Weekend Update, they were like, this is a big change because they're going to hear your name so many times.
You're not the weird guy, or
right. You're not going to be your characters anymore. You're going to be Amy, and people are going to know you for that.
I remember when Dennis Miller, I think, was the first time that they just put a stand-up in there to do stand-up while you're sitting down. And you're like, why didn't they do this before?
Yeah.
Why did they force Brian Doyle Murray into this spot? Where everyone's like, you're not Chevy. Come on in and dish, darling. She's got her shoulders all exposed for Michael Che.
Skin.
Yeah. It is very...
It's a classy version of Show and Skin, I think.
Yeah.
There's just like a little shoulder. It's like a little cheesecake, as they used to call it.
Is that it? A little cheesecake?
Cheesecake.
By the way, Michael said to me, nice to see your back. And I think that was...
A little back action.
Yeah, a little back action.
Baction.
Bring it. I like that term, baction. Chris, put that in your phone. Don't even jot it down. Put it in your phone.
Digital.
Under reminders.
Baction.
Hey, we're getting this crazy feedback now for Joe Coy. A lot of East Coast people that weren't as familiar with him. For some reason, some guys just seem East Coast and some seem West, but Joe Coy is so funny. And that Netflix is exploding. You go over to the iBang. We've got it up on iTunes. And I heard from a lot of people about the whole follow your dreams stuff. Because he's real positive. Like, if you can believe it, you can see it. And then you can step into it. You can do it.
Yeah. And he's like a fucking go-getter. Like, he's just like, I want to do this thing. I'm just going to keep on going until I have the thing.
See, I never was that way. I never tried and put work into the other stuff. And then if it's something doesn't work, I'll go, the audience blows. Like, I already think it should already just be that way. It should just come to me.
Right.
And then I'm really disappointed when it doesn't. And I strike back at humanity. Let's dish.
Your headphones, Jen's got the news. Let's dish to the gossip they're saying on the radio.
So for today's first dish, well, first of all, Leonardo has a movie coming out where he's going to play the late, great Leonardo da Vinci.
Why does he just
died?
You know what I think would be great if he just plays Leonardo DiCaprio?
That's who he's named after. He was named after Da Vinci.
Oh, wow. Not the turtle?
No, not the turtle, because I believe, and I remember this from many, like Teen Beats and Tiger Beats and things that I used to read because I was obsessed with him, that his mom, they were, his parents were, I don't know, it's like at a museum, and they were like in Italy, and they were standing in front of a Da Vinci, and that was the first time he kicked. So they named him Leonardo. I don't know if that's true, but that's what the teen mags
You
used
know
to
so
say.
much about Leonardo. You should write a book on him.
Oh my
He's your
God.
Woodstock.
I'll need to interview him first.
Well, the weird thing is the way you cared about him. That's how I cared about Leonardo da Vinci when I was a kid. That was my all-time favorite human. So I'm really looking forward to this. And that's the first person I ever knew that they said had was on the spectrum.
Yeah, I mean, you would have to be. I didn't
figure. We didn't know about the spectrum then.
Right.
We just thought some people were smarter than others. Some people were less social than others. We didn't know it was connected.
But Da Vinci was like vibrating on a different frequency
Absolutely.
than everyone else.
Except for me. He and I.
Right. You guys, two Renaissance men
Yeah.
in many ways.
Well, I listen to music. I watch TV. I go to the movies. I mean, I pretty much can do it all.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes.
Very.
What don't you enjoy?
You should see me on Sunday. I just love sports. I can do it all. Chips, popcorn, doesn't matter to me. So is this going to be a hit or a miss? I
think it's going to be a hit.
I don't know if the audience is going to show up to watch this, though. I will be there.
Yeah.
But I can't. I mean, this is not action, and it's not ripped from the headlines.
Right.
It's going to be a difficult pull for people.
I hope it's not a period piece.
Yeah.
Because I don't really enjoy those.
Reimagine Leonardo DiCaprio.
What?
Da Vinci.
What?
Why would you
What
do
did
that
he say?
right
Hold on.
Da Vinci.
Hold on. What was the
Da
initial
Vinci.
sentence?
Can we reimagine Leonardo DiCaprio, but then it should have been Da Vinci? I wrote down Da Vinci and then circled it. And underlined it as well.
God.
You know what?
This is a good dish, Jed.
And you wonder why I said, please don't talk in front of Wally and Shay.
At first I wondered, now I understand.
He actually said to me, they're doing the Sniddle Weekend Update show. I go, Sniddle?
What does that mean?
Sniddle.
Because it's written right here. It's the Sniddle show.
Oh, God. Chris.
What?
That's not what that is.
Oh, shit.
That's Dish.
Well, Leonardo, he's dating this new 23-year-old model, Lorena
Guy
Ray.
or girl? Okay.
That's so unlike him.
Are they?
So a new type for him.
So are they an item? These two? Are they canoodling?
They were seen canoodling. It's not an official item yet,
Right,
but
let me get a look at her. 'Cause 23 is starting to be a little out of his,
that it's a little
comfort
young.
zone. He's out of his way.
Yeah.
They all look the same,
God.
too.
I think he has.
Jesus
I always thought
Christ.
he had a thing for blondes. I thought most of the girls today were blondes. This is a little bit
Because they're
different.
Yeah.
It's just brunette.
Right. He's like,
He said he couldn't come.
it's like, look, I normally don't date people with just dirty poop hair, but I'm going to make an exception for you.
Don't you think that even at this point of his fuck life, he'd be like, you know what? Get me a butterface. I don't care. I just want to do something
Yeah, come on.
Because that's what happens with rock stars. Like, they're with a different women every night, and they go like this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to suck two cocks. You know what I mean?
Why
I'm so bored.
I've seen it all.
Yeah, I'm just going to put two cocks in my mouth, trying to get them to come at the same time.
But yeah, when that was like a big wake up call for me because I crushed on him so bad when I was like middle school. And then I started to like see the people that he was dating, and I'm like, I'm sensing a theme, and I might not be his type. How does he feel about funny girls?
There was
Quirky.
a friend of mine once wrote, she crushed on the guy from Counting Crows. I don't know his name.
M. Dirts.
Dirts.
Dirts?
Adam Dirts.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
So he...
I literally thought he did say the letter M.
Dirts.
Dirts.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dirts. Am I saying that right? Let me write it down then.
Did he write down M. Dirts?
I said M. Dirts.
Because she, was a fan, and then he writes these sensitive songs, but then he movie star model.
Right.
So she wrote him like an angry anti-fan letter.
Right.
And I'm going, you've fallen off into Nutville. You know what I mean? You're not even his ex-girlfriend.
Right.
He's going to read this, fucking pin it up in the bus, and all the guys are going to laugh at it.
Look at this.
Yeah, look at this nut. That's a problem with who I bang. What's dish?
The next dish is Aaron Rodgers has moved on from Olivia Munn, his his longtime girlfriend.
No longer an item.
Well, now
Non-item.
he's been seen out dating this soccer player. Her name is Maria
I was going to say Ronaldo. Is it Ronaldo?
And they were seen actually on the Upper East Side.
Hey!
At Marta Jannetty Brothers.
I go there all the time.
Oh, you could have seen them.
Marty
She's
Jannetty?
much younger than
I
him.
probably did see him and didn't recognize the Marty Jannetty brothers.
She's like on the women's U.S. soccer.
Yes.
She's familiar. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a little bit different from an actress.
They're always fighting over what football is. I say football is soccer. I say football is football.
Fuck you.
Fuck me.
Which one do you use your foot for, dummy? God, opposites attract.
Hold on, I just got a text from Olivia Munn. She wants me back.
This is great for you. Dish. This is an instant dish.
Relax, it's instant dish.
It's like a frozen dinner.
Yeah.
You just pop it into the microwave. It's instant dish.
Phone call from M. Dirts. Phone call from M. Dirts.
Dude, I'm serious. If you pull that shit, you really did say M. Dirts. Plural of dirts.
Adam Dirts in my head.
M.
Yeah, but
Dirts.
honestly, do go back and pull that for yourself.
I will.
I want you to hear the M. Because I was like, he just goes by the first initial. I really was not being a wise ass. I was like, M. Dirts. I feel like I...
This is another thing why Chris is always so exciting and fun to be friends with.
Yeah.
Today, first time in 6 years, he just has his hair parted on the side.
I don't even know if it's parted.
It is. Yeah. You have like...
You look like a man's hair right now.
Well, I just look straight.
It's
I need to put a comb in. How's it fucking just...
It's feathered. It's feathered to the side.
That doesn't look too bad.
No, that's why I'm saying it jumped out at
Like,
me.
it looks like you had a blowout. Like someone decided to do that.
By the way, did you guys see the movie Blowout yet? You both said
No,
that you would.
I didn't see
It's
it yet.
another Philly movie. They don't use the accents. But it's playing on, I believe, Epics this month.
Epics.
And I watched it again.
Blowout.
Yeah,
Circle
let him
it.
write it down for you.
Circle it for me.
Oh, epic.
But it's like a 1981 movie with John Travolta, the sound man who's out to solve a murder. Sounds like this murder will be solved in no time at all. Take your time. Spin it. Just spin it on the floor. Why? It's water. You can spin it on the floor.
It's fine.
It's just the sounds like took me by surprise.
Yeah.
That was mid sip.
But he's a sound man. That's why.
Sounds like this murder. It's this mic. He uses a boom mic goes in when he
That's
says
what
it. Yeah.
He solves a murder using a boom mic. And I'm not making that up. Because he's getting, what do they call that kind of sound where you're just out getting sound of the street, the night?
It's
Ambient?
Like, yeah, ambient. That's
sound.
it.
That's what he was after.
Ambient.
When perhaps a murder sounded like it was very close. Anyway, I'm Ronan. Let's dish. Go ahead.
Well, Kendall Jenner, it was seen out
Good.
with a big time basketball player.
Ooh, Wilt Chamberlain. 7'4" Wilt Chamberlain. Goliath is here.
Oh my god.
That family dates a lot of b-ball players.
They
do.
do. I mean, Kim has went date.
Some
She was
football
married
players.
to, yes, Reggie.
Yeah.
Kim was with Reggie, but she's dating Blake Griffin.
Whoa.
Yeah, very seen out.
Oh, Vito's big crush.
Big crush. We just had a little fling in Montreal last year.
Let's Blake.
Yeah, that's them.
Why is she looking so upset? Because she got caught?
She's embarrassed.
Well, she was dating ASAP Rocky for a while.
I don't know who that
He's
is.
a rapper.
Oh.
Yeah.
The only rappers I like are around candy bars.
Back in my day.
That should be the name of my comedy album. My favorite rapper is around a Hershey bar. I'm just sitting there on the cover with a half-eaten Hershey bar.
Why do you like the rapper so much?
Don't like to get chocolate on my fingers. So Kendall is the one that you like, Vito?
No, I'm more of the Kylie.
I
like Kendall.
You like
Yeah.
Kendall.
Yeah.
Chris likes Kendall. Mia and Vito are Team Kylie.
Yeah, I
Although
like.
they're sisters. I don't think.
No,
they're
here's why I like Kendall. I call her pretty face. She's got a pretty face.
And Chris likes her from that Pepsi
I love her
commercial.
from the Pepsi commercial.
That fucking Pepsi commercial is great. Hey, man. Thanks for the Pepsi.
Stop the violence.
Yeah. I'm digging the sounds I hear.
You needed that this weekend.
I know. If only somebody had just handed someone a Pepsi.
Tiki torches instead of Pepsi.
The problem with the millennials is they're just trying to act like something from the past at all times. You know what I mean? Like, this is our Jackie O. They feel like everything has happened before them.
Right.
So they're like, hey, this is like a 1967 day. Well, she's, good for Blake. You know, I think it's time he settles down, you know? Drops a load in somebody.
It's beautiful. Son, it's about time you settled down. Drop a load in the girl you love. Make an honest woman of her. Yeah, they're a handsome couple.
I think it works.
Is that spliced together? Because I know he's very tall. So that's not
it's
working
spliced.
too, though.
Okay.
Didn't Chris or Vito send a sexy Kylie thing to the iBank?
I did.
Why wouldn't you bring that up? Why did I got to guess it?
Well, we were talking about Kendall. I don't want to take away her moment.
Oh, okay. You're right. See, I thought Kylie was
It's all
Kendall.
the K's.
I can't fucking do it.
confusing.
I'm bad at the Kardashians. I want to be good, but I'm bad at them.
Yo, you need to go to Kardashian school, son. Fucking learn about those Kardashians.
It sounds like I need a Kardashian tutor. Sharks, are you tired of not being able to keep up with the Kardashian talk? Maybe you'd like to Kardashian off to the bank.
It's really a stretch on that.
Seriously, why don't they try to make a fast car like the Kardashian?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Ian, the name Ian.
Yeah. Well, Ian, the fucking wizard there, whatever. What's his name, Chris, that you love? You shall not pass.
McKellen.
Gandalf.
Thank you.
Gandalf.
Ian Gandalf?
Yeah, Gandalf.
Seriously, you're having your worst day tonight. Ian Gandalf. Ron, I booked Ian Gandalf on this show.
I had, for guys last year in college, always
So
fucking
excited to
Gandalf.
yell it too, like a little kid. Like when a kid raises her hair with the wrong answer in school. Gandalf.
Gandalf.
Ian Gandalf.
All right, now, you remember when within 8 minutes, he's turned his hair into a flock of seagulls. Take a picture of your hair right now. That's fucking flock of seagulls in no time at all.
How did you do that? You had nice.
It's got to have mind of its own, you know?
No, it doesn't. No hair moves around on its own. You had to have taken a gyro and rubbed it across the top of your head. Look at that. He just immediately became flock of seagulls.
What did you do? We just complimented your hair looking nice. That looks
better?
fucking terrible, dude.
He's like a little kid you can't give a compliment to and starts messing up his nice clothes.
Oh, you're the fucking child, you rock lover motherfucker.
You
Rock lover?
Rock loving motherfucker.
What is rock?
The Rock.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good one, dude.
Yeah.
You really burned me with that one. Everybody's laughing really hard.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, right. We were having so much fun.
Vito's going to kill.
Yeah.
Vito's going for the jugular. Get him, Vito.
Anyway, there's Kylie pictures up there on the iBank. Let's
What
keep
is it?
dishing.
The vagina or just butt?
He
Breasts.
won't go. He's what?
Breast. It's a breast picture. Nice bra for her birthday. It's a really sexy photo shoot. Really well lit as well.
The lady. She has a new show on E.
I'll watch it.
I watched like the first episode and it was just so
Great.
No, not really. It's pretty corny. It's just like her and all her friends and like basically her Snapchat
Good.
on E.
It's like kind of fun. She has a team, right, to put her together?
Yes,
Good.
yeah. So just
Hey, who's your team right now?
It's called The Life of Kylie because she really likes puns.
Yeah, and I'm sure she's heard of The Life of Riley before. A fucking 1930s radio serial. Somebody had to give that to her.
She's like,
okay.
I get it. Sounds good. I love it.
She's your favorite?
Yeah, she's definitely my favorite of the Jenners.
Yeah.
But I think Courtney is my favorite of the Kardashians.
My favorite is the mom, because she's like Donald Trump.
Yeah, Kris.
Kris Kardashian. And plus, she heard Nicole Simpson's cries for help and didn't get out of the car.
She heard them.
She's like, ugh.
Shut up, Nicole.
Drop it. She's like, oh, she got the ball player. I got stuck with the transgender one. Transgender. Has anyone ever tried to run with that?
I think people did think
Damn
about it. Yeah. I think people maybe toyed around with that.
I thought of a good joke. I can't even tell because it's two, but apparently it's already going around. It really hurt my feelings. I'm like, yes, it is obvious, but I should have got there first.
But you don't want to say it because it's PC, or you don't want to say it?
No, I don't want to say it because somebody's saving it for something, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm going to just...
Yeah, give me a general thing. Chris, did you find the picture? I want to see this bra.
It's on her Instagram, and Vito didn't send the link.
Oh, here it is.
It's on the iBank.
It's on the iBank.
Jesus
I found
Christ, Chris.
There it is.
Chris, what have you done? You got male pattern baldness. How did that happen so fast?
There it is. She's looking like her sister. She's looking like Kim, as always.
Yeah, she's becoming the new Kim. She's smart to cover her face.
Told you guys the lighting was nice.
It is nice lighting. You know what I mean? You said it
Why?
at first,
Because
and I
it's
didn't.
just fucking pink.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Everybody was bumping heads to get to that one.
I like it.
Boom.
I like it.
Peter didn't send the link. What a dope. Let's dish. We don't have much time. We got guests coming by.
Well, Angelina and Brad, they were talking about Brangelina. They were talking about them getting back together because they said that.
Please.
Good.
Well, now they're saying that that's absolutely not true, and that there's just too much. She just feels too much animosity towards her.
I met them before at it was a premiere, and so I mean it's so weird that Brad and Angelina are just standing there. I didn't know what to say, so I just started going like this. Crash and burn! Oh, crash and burn! I knew Chris would love that. I didn't think anybody else would go for it.
Shit.
Fucking great.
That's his favorite movie.
Oh, it's so
There's
good.
nothing better than Hackers.
It's so good.
Why haven't they made a Hackers 2? Hackamania.
They did. It was straight to, at the time, DVD.
Are you fucking kidding me? I didn't know this.
Is it called Hack the Universe instead of Hack the Planet?
That's
wish.
great, though.
Yeah, no, I don't think any of the original people were in it, and it was just not.
Then how's it a sequel?
They call it a sequel.
I'll put that where Grease 2 was a sequel. It was not.
And by the way, one tiny scene with Frenchie doesn't count. Okay?
Thank you.
Just she shows up like, yeah, I just wanted to make sure you got to school okay. This is my old school.
She's sitting there with a fucking check for $85,000 for a minute's work. It's me, Frenchie. I just wanted to cash it.
Frenchie done well for herself on this one. 30 minutes on set and I'm out.
I was here last movie with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. They were great too.
She just off camera. She's counting her money. She's just like, can we get you to stop counting that money? The mic's picking it up.
Here's the thing. It's a very nice amount of money, you know? I keep the big bills on the outside. Makes it look like a roll. Was that the end of it, or we got more?
Well, there is one more dish.
Okay, we got one more. Stop handing me stuff. We got one more dish.
I understand.
Jesse Williams, he's from Grey's Anatomy.
Never saw it.
He was like kind of like one of the first black characters on the show. So
he was one of the first blacks. Like that's amazing. He's gonna be very old. Yeah, I never saw Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't watch stuff about hospitals. I don't want to see something with someone projectile bombs.
Well, the reason why
we lost the baby and her kidney's inflamed. Oh no!
Show sucks. I'm dead to
I'm
hell.
gonna go out with you.
Well, the reason why this is such a big dish is because before he was on Grey's Anatomy, he wasn't that famous, and he was married to his wife for about 9-10 years.
Yeah.
And now they have like a huge divorce where it's getting messy, and now he's with Minka Kelly. They're saying officially. Yeah,
really?
it's a big.
don't know
They
her.
have 2 kids together. Him and his wife has
Minka?
2 kids together.
Jeter used to date her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's an actress.
Oh. Well, if Jeter dated her, she passes my litmus.
So I was like, she used to be with Cheater. Oh yeah, I'm in there.
There she is.
She was Autumn in 500 Days of Summer.
Really, the very last scene.
Yeah.
My name's Autumn, and I yelled out, "Ironic!"
That's
After all the trouble with
weird.
Summer, he runs into an Autumn.
That is so weird.
Then they cut out the scene where he goes, "And your name is," and she says, "Autumn," and he goes, "I could fall for you."
That's adorable.
I'm sorry, I'll leave you alone. All right, we got guests here, right?
Yes, Robbie Slovik and Casey Balsham, they're stopping in. The show Stand Up on the Spot's happening at New York Comedy Club Wednesday, August 23rd at 9:15 p.m. You go to NewYorkComedyClub.com for tickets.
Right back, Bennington.
Welcome back to Bennington.
Thanks.
Robbie Slovik and Casey Balsham are in studio. Stand Up on the Spot's happening at New York Comedy Club Wednesday, August 23rd at 9:15 p.m. You go to NewYorkComedyClub.com for tickets.
Chris, you forgot to mention that these are both champions of the Highlander
The
League.
last 2 Highlander years.
It's unbelievable.
King and Queen of Highlander.
Our house is very competitive. And
Sure.
All we do is talk about football.
I'm surprised you haven't spun this off into your own podcast, that you're just talking about football.
we have 11 podcasts in the works.
Yeah, we've got a few going on.
The Stand Up on the Spot is a very funny but crazy show.
It's so fun. It's so it's terrifying. But
Yeah.
like once you start going, you're like, oh yeah, my brain knows what to do.
Yeah.
You were great on it. That game that you played was fantastic.
I invented that game while I was sitting there because I forget who I had to
You had to follow Roy Wood, who's
Okay,
a
which
beast.
was impossible. So I'm sitting there with Roy, and we were laughing at other people who we're watching them try to do this, and I'm like, oh shit, it's just me and him now. Is he going up?
Right.
And I'm like, oh my god. But what made you guys have this idea? It's that you're not prepared.
Right,
to do the show.
So the show actually originated in L.A. when we were living in L.A. This guy named Jeremiah Watkins started it. And when we moved to New York from LA, it's a show we used to do. He's a friend of ours, and we just kind of said, why don't we bring this to New York? It's such a cool idea. New York, there's so many great New York comics who would kill in this format. So that's what we did. We basically franchised it.
So you can't and you're not supposed to do crowd work. Did I kind of cheat with my
No,
game?
you can do anything as long as it's not like pre-made or pre-prepared like written material.
Right.
Like they want you just to kind of like, and some people find it's easier to do crowd work because then you can kind of riff off of that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, as long as you're not telling like jokes that you wrote, you're following the rules essentially.
Yeah. So Seinfeld, we know, I've heard that before. Like Seinfeld is going to get there. Oh, this button.
I know
You're
he's
like,
talked
I
about
know
airplanes
that
before.
short.
I know he's done this.
He won't do the show, sadly.
But
Have you?
I like to see people just go, okay, let me get something going in my head.
No, have you ever had to call someone out for going, like, that was
Oh, it happens
prepared.
like, one person, a show every now and then will because you go
Get
out there and you
scared.
start eating it. You know,
Yeah.
you're
Right.
not- you-
Yeah.
So
when
that's
your
your
joke's
natural
working, so you just go into defense mode and you're just like, yeah.
I saw the first time I actually did the show in LA, I saw Jeremiah go in on somebody, like somebody went into, they did like a character or something like that. And he starts going in and after like Jeremiah gets on the thing, he's like, this is not the show. And he just started like yelling at this guy. And so I was like, okay, got it. No material.
Comedy Cop.
You screw other comics though, because if you're going up and
that's
just
a good
doing a
point.
tight 10
Yeah.
and killing, and then someone looks like an idiot when they're
Right.
making
They're
stuff
like,
up on the spot.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's like
Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Teacups. Okay. It's
I
it's
remember
hard.
what mine was is trying to figure out what person in the room made the most amount of money.
Yeah.
And everybody, so it just goes like, hands up. Okay, if you make over 30,000, keep your hand up. Over 40,000, we were just watching people drop off. But I was very surprised in a New York City thing. I'm like, most of these people, like almost everyone in the audience, I'm like, how do they afford to live here? You know what I mean? It's very expensive.
Like
to
you
live in
didn't
New
have
York.
any.
Most
or, like,
people were
very
out
few.
before six figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was only a couple left after six figures, and the winner was low, six figures.
Right.
I think she was 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Could you imagine?
Yeah, gross. Yikes. I wonder what her house looks like. Disgusting.
Like who cleans it?
I should be mean and just play this game with my staff.
No, it'd be really sad.
You got all that money coming in from your settlement.
Does that count for him?
He's getting a lot of money coming in because his mom was blown up in a steam pipe accident 10 years ago. And they finally paid it off.
And you've been waiting for the settlement this whole time?
I can't. I can only say there was a case and then there was a settlement. I signed a confidentiality agreement.
This is 10 years later.
Yikes.
Finally,
They do.
it's
They take
finished.
forever.
Yeah.
But this is how people go through money. He's giving a very big portion of that to a white supremacist group in Charlottesville, Virginia.
That sounds right.
You know, those aren't local people. Those are outside agitators.
A lot of that is just going into the Party City Tiki Torch budget. That's it. I mean, that costs a lot. Like someone had to round those
is it
up.
like enough to build a new statue or what?
Yes.
Can't talk
It
about
is.
my money.
By the way, Gail, I know that you make fun of the tiki torches, but there's not a single other torch that they could have used.
They could have made a torch.
But no,
I mean,
who knows
one
how to
could
do
make
that now?
And those things only a real torch is only lit for like 40 seconds.
And it's like it's like luau themed. Like that's why it's
that's
so
what I said.
silly. And the tiki torches are the torches of brown people. I mean, like that's like they've just bit off the style of.
This is
like
true.
That's some island.
This is true.
Were they using wheels over there? Because the white supremacists came up with that.
They should have been holding wheels.
Dude, none of you guys were watching live that night. It was scary as shit. The nighttime when all the torches were coming in. And it was like 2:00 in the morning. I couldn't turn it off. And I was watching online and shit. Go ahead and find that tape. So I sent it to Chris. And then you guys immediately started doing jokes. This is terrifying to me.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's horrifying. But it like the tiki torches does lower the horror a little bit. 'Cause they look ridiculous.
I watched for 2 hours and didn't once realize they were tiki torches.
I know, and then everybody was like talking about it.
When I woke up in the morning and I saw the video of it, I was like, oh my God, this looks just like Joe versus the volcano. Like when they're walking up to the volcano.
It looks like the
very
parking
similar.
lot of a Jimmy Buffett concert.
Yeah, it looks like a really bad musical.
They're tailgating.
Like a really bad one.
I couldn't help feeling somewhere there was a white guy who just happened to have a luau planned that weekend. He was just apologizing,
Like,
holding all
damn
these
it.
tiki torches and loaves.
I'm not with them.
I'm so sorry. My wife she sent me for these.
Ours was fish based. We're gonna. Yeah, no, it's terrifying. It's also like, what do you think that is this like a website? Was this like a email chain and they had to buy their own tiki? Did they meet somewhere and like them all together?
There
Like,
was a
what-
group, and they were called,
planned?
what is it? Unite the Right. Which I thought it was Incite the Right. It was Unite the Right.
Unite
That's what
the
I-
Right.
it's not Incite.
But you
they
know,
were
they look
incited.
a lot better at night than they do in the day. In the daytime, they didn't seem frightening.
It's like closing time when the bar flips the lights on. You're like, oh boy, we're all looking real rough right
but
now.
I'll still leave with you. Right, because of my alcoholism.
Yeah.
Would you leave a bar at last call with a like real good looking Nazi?
Yeah, like a hot.
Well,
Nazi.
the stereotypical Nazi haircut is already pretty cool.
It is a cool haircut.
It's a hot
unfortunately.
haircut.
It is kind of good. Yeah,
Because it's like both like conservative, but like it's got a little flip to it. It's kind of sexy.
it's very bachelor.
You know, those Nazis, like the Nazi German, you didn't see a fat guy in the bunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, there's a lot of fat Nazis now.
Right.
But in the 40s, there was not.
Right.
There were skiers.
That's the problem. When once the light of day hit them, you're just like, a lot of you have more of a weight problem than it seemed like.
I will personally take the less active brand of Nazi. You know, when the go-getters really get shit done.
Yeah, it's like the lazy ones that are just walking.
Just posting online.
But I get where they're coming from because it has been so difficult being white. It's been one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Oh, it's so tough. People don't respect it enough.
You know, when I think of how many second and third chances I was given as a kid every time I was arrested.
And so much pressure to do well.
Well, that's the thing, you know. Everybody's got a beef.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a fucking beef.
This is their drum to beat.
Yeah. That's their own cross to bear.
I just think it's crazy.
Yeah.
I bet they could do. Yeah, there's almost definitely something better they could do with their time. I imagine. Though,
I don't
right?
know.
Like,
I mean, let's just see when we finally get to having a totally white country. We might end up liking it. I'm going to let them.
we
let's
just have to
just
try.
see what happens.
I agree.
I mean, I don't like the suburbs too much, but
Right.
I understand some
I mean,
people
the
find it
food
very-
isn't as good as
No,
it used to
the
be.
food's
That
terrible.
sucks. It's like a lot of potatoes and bread.
Yeah.
A lot of white based food as well.
Yeah.
Egg salad, a lot of mayonnaise,
mayo.
big things of mayonnaise.
And then honey bowl
industrial.
with sugar. Thank you.
We're eating a lot more ambrosia salad than we used
It's
to.
not real sugar. They just got stock and stevia.
Yeah, you got
It's gross.
I live for this stuff. Are you kidding me?
Little
It comes in
packets.
these little packets. I have the blues, not the pinks.
Yeah.
When it comes to fake sugars, they always give you a thing of which one you want. Like, how would I know?
Yeah, but now there's yellows as
There's
well.
yellow,
It's a new-
green,
yellow's a whole new
pink,
thing.
blue.
And people try to. The thing about yellow is everyone says this is a derivative of sugar, and that it's better. No one knows what that means. What does that mean? It's
I
a
know.
Yeah.
derivative of sugar. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's better for me then.
Yeah, it was inspired by sugar.
yeah. Based on sugar.
Loosely based on sugar's life.
It's reimagined. It's reimagined.
It's reimagined.
But you don't plug anymore.
Of
I
the
mean, these
part.
guys are here. They got a great show.
I apologize. Robbie Slovic and Casey Balshamer in studio. Stand Up on the Spot's happening at New York Comedy Club Wednesday, August 23rd at 9:15 p.m. You go to NewYorkComedyClub.com for tickets.
Now, do you know who you have for this one?
Well,
Do we?
we're hoping Sal's going to be on. I think Sal's a maybe.
Sal
We
Volcano,
love
yeah.
Sal. I think we had. Actually, no, I don't know.
I haven't
Amy
looked at the
told me.
lineup.
Now, here's the thing.
People.
Sal's going to play Madison Square Garden, but then he's also going to go and play your thing. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the best dude in the world. He's
Yeah.
Everybody loves him.
One of
Yeah.
the nicest people.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
We were just up in Tarrytown for Paul Verzi.
Of course.
Yeah, we were
Paul
there
Verzi's
Sunday.
taping.
It was great.
And then we had an after party afterwards at a bar close by. And Sal was the MC Hammer.
He was
and
the
he was just like he must
mayor
have-
of shots.
He must have bought 240 shots.
Yeah.
throughout the
and
night.
just handing him out. God bless. He's just
Great to be
crazy.
an alcoholic with money. It really is. It makes the bottom so much lower.
Right.
Because you can buy your way out of your problems.
Right. And then you're trying to get to everyone's bottom.
Yeah.
You're like, everyone's gonna have
I
a bad
read
night.
Jeffrey Gurian's review of that show and also him being picked on by Burr the whole time. That Burr called him Jimmy Olsen for writing down everything that was happening.
Oh, did he
Yeah,
already
that's
review it?
Yeah, well,
Already?
he
It
didn't
just came
review
out
it. He
Sunday.
just reviewed the party.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's
Really all he made.
He's like, I was there.
Yeah.
I was there. It
Yeah,
was
then there was
fun.
picture of them with different people. I've
Yeah.
never saw someone with a column that takes pictures of themselves with the people.
It's a Jeffrey Gurian column. It's definitely not a
Yeah.
comedy column.
Yeah.
It's his diary, and it's nice
Oh,
of him
yeah,
to share
there it
it
is.
with us.
Oh, how fun. Yeah, it was fun. It was like so many comics, I said, and it was because it was kind of out of town. It felt like we were all at like a destination wedding, just
Really?
like partying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like a good time. Like
It was a
everyone
great
was,
time.
everyone was like just in a good mood. It was really, it's fun to take comics out of their like normal situation and like,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm
give
so
them
happy
18
for Paul
shots.
too, though.
The special turned out great.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see what like
beautiful
editing
theater.
does, but like he really killed that night. It was a great theater.
Perfect theater
Yeah.
to do that because it's not massive.
Right.
By the way, you can go see a lot of great acts in that theater, and you're never that far away
Yeah.
from people. Like, you can get tickets there, but you can't in Manhattan.
Yeah.
People will, like, stand in line in Manhattan, but then just take a train right away, and you're like, oh, am I the only one here?
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah, it's not that far away. It
No.
was like, how long did it take us to get there?
45 minutes.
Yeah.
And
Such a cute little town.
yeah, they did have like surprisingly big acts coming through for like
Yeah,
that
all the time.
900-seat theater. Yeah.
Well, you just tie it together with New York. It's like people do with stand-up. And then I'm doing Connecticut one night in Connecticut.
Right. Yeah.
It's the same business, really. Except for it's going to be so much harder to tour when you're like a big rock band to get
There's
all
just
that
too
shit
much
together.
stuff.
Truck,
Yeah.
yeah, and a team of people to move that stuff.
And those people, they leave, 6 hours later than you. They drive, then they set up all that shit again, do the show, and then tear it down and do the same. When do they sleep? When does the road crew sleep?
Yeah, that sounds exhausting.
That's why they have all the drugs.
Yeah, they have all the drugs.
That's why they're
They all
they're
make
messes.
$11 an hour. It's like, I don't know, it's rock. I love it. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong. It's great.
$11 an hour, but they get bags and bags of cocaine for free. I'm sure.
Chris, no plugs?
I fucked up. Robbie Slovic and Casey
really
Bolstrom.
uncomfortable.
I know, I'm making it uncomfortable, guys. Robbie Slovic and Casey Bolstrom are in studio. Stand Up on the Spot's happening in the New York Comedy Club Wednesday, August 23rd at 9:15 p.m. Sal Volcano might be there. Go to NewYorkComedyClub.com for tickets.
It might be. We wanted to have Sarah Tolomash too, but she, I don't think, can do it. And that's all the information. So come, it'll be a surprise for everyone.
She and Joe List are breaking up.
No, they're not.
That would tear.
They're getting married like next weekend, I think. She's on
Or
my
they're
soccer
breaking
team.
up.
Yeah, or
I'll spread this. I'm sure Gurion will crack this story.
Yeah.
And it's just him, a picture of him smiling as they break up in the middle.
You know what I have to do? I'll just feed him bad source material. My people are telling me.
Can I print that?
But the comedy couple is a standard now.
There's more of
feel
us
like
than
it's
there used to
happening,
be.
yeah.
Well, it's just like you're isolated from other people. You're around other comics all the time. It's an impossible lifestyle to date with. I mean, because you're working every night, and most people are working in the day. You wouldn't see them, so it's kind of like I used to avoid the concept of dating a comic. Seemed terrible, and now that I'm in a comic relationship, I can't imagine any other way.
Yeah, regular people are stupid.
Yeah, you only have like
worst.
other comics or night shift security guards. Like that's it.
Or like doctors.
Yeah. Coke dealers, you could always end up with them. They've got free time.
It's just that I feel like there's just so many. There's such like that crazy part of your brain that's just constantly questioning. Like, who are you going to talk to? Like, if you've talked to a regular person about that, they're going to be like, you need to go to therapy like every day. Like, you're nuts. But people understand the kind of process, and I'll be like, oh my god, I have this new bit about foreskin, and it's like he'll get it. You know what I mean? Because it's
But it is sad when you think only Tim Dillon understands me. You know what I mean? Like, that's
you're in a bad place. Yeah, you're in a bad place.
Tim Dillon's the only one I can talk to about my problems.
Is he back from Charlottesville yet, Tim?
No,
still.
Tim Dillon.
I was with Tim one night. He almost finished the sentence. It was so close.
That's amazing.
To finishing that thought, but
Tim Dillon. I don't know why he keeps insisting on tucking in the shirt. You don't need to.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Just let it fly free, buddy.
When's the last time you tucked, Chrissy?
I think
Who was
for that,
president?
probably for a court appearance.
Oh, smart idea.
Yeah, I don't like to go on.
What was your last court appearance?
Well,
do you put
for the settlement?
Makeup of your neck tattoo?
Well, I had the deposition. Before that, there was like 3 years of my last court appearance.
You look nice for the deposition.
Thank
you went
you.
back to your clean cut look. You shaved.
Depositions are hard, though.
Yeah.
They're very hard because they try to make you into a maniac.
Yeah.
Is that just like in one small room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With like a bunch of lawyers and like someone like writing everything down.
And you're
And then
under
it's-
oath.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, look at this guy.
But they
shouldn't
take
give him anything.
they take days.
Yeah, they could just in there ask you the same shit
Yeah.
over and over. And I really don't even know. Like, I can't give you a lot of facts about my life. I don't even have to do that. Like, even when I went back and forth with Canada, like, what do you mean? Where do I live? What's the address? What's my phone number? Those things are stuff I just know.
Right.
I don't go around bringing them up to people.
Yeah.
You're fucking. I don't even want to go into your country. Is what I eventually said. I don't need this.
You're like, this is
I don't know zip codes. I have a wife. What the? Chris, I'd like you and I to do this show together.
Okay.
Have you ever been on stage with it?
No, I have not. No.
What could we do? What if I just take you on stage and I throw like urine balloons at you?
That sounds terrible.
And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's an idea, though.
Get hit with
It hasn't
piss
been done
balloons,
yet.
Everybody?
I'm covered in urine. Whose urine? Would it be my urine?
Well, yeah.
You get to choose whose urine it
That's the
is.
thing, we don't know.
Lady of your choice. Lady or man of your choice,
There'll be a
PP.
number on it. If it breaks on you, then we read
Let me
off.
tell you whose urine it was.
It'll be like a
that's
carnival
nice.
game. We'll
Yeah.
pin them against the wall, and I'll throw
Oh,
we'll
God.
throw darts
You
at
can
it so
almost
they can explode. on
smell
it.
it and guess.
That's
We'll
good.
have a list of possible urine, and then you got to be
Pete.
like,
I prefer for just my own, but I mean,
Why?
I feel like other people's
That's
urine's
a little
worse.
selfish.
yeah, you're just limiting the idea.
Because
here.
I pissed myself before and it wasn't that bad. So, getting fucking, my own piss thrown back at me.
God.
Well, Robbie Slovic and Casey Bolstrom in studio. We're talking about Stand Up on the Spot, which is happening at New York Comedy Club Wednesday, August 23rd at 9:15 p.m. Go to NewYorkComedyClub.com for tickets. Sarah Tolmash won't be there, but maybe Sal Volcano will.
Let's see. Do we have somebody else we can add for the next plug?
I have no
I'm
idea.
not even sure.
Yeah, I'm terrible at promoting. I'm really bad at it.
John Laster might be on it. I think we have John Laster on it, and I think that is for sure.
We think John Laster was going to be
John
there.
Laster's here. I'm almost positive.
I like the idea you book right up to the last second.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
just
so
pulling
many
people off the
people
street.
say, that they can do it, and then they don't. And so, like, when it comes day of, too, the lineup's always so, like, switched around. And then, like, Judah pops by whenever he wants, so sometimes he's
and
on it.
we're not supposed to say this, but it's possible. But possible Billy Joel will be there.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yes.
If he does Piano Man, I'll go crazy.
Yeah, we're bringing in a baby grand just in case.
Yeah.
And,
he already knows that song.
He
so
has an
can't
open
do it.
invitation.
Yeah.
He starts every band with anybody here from Long Island. Seriously, I find it adorable how much people in Long Island love him.
Yeah.
Like they
do.
bring up Billy Joel all the time.
Yeah.
He's their weather.
Yes.
I did the Paramount Theater out in Long Island, which is beautiful. I did it with Gary Goldman. And they have literally like a Hollywood star in the middle of the stage, and they're like, in 2014 April, Billy Joel stood at this space. Wow. It's a theater. There are thousands of performers. And they have one star dedicating that Billy Joel graced the stage.
Yeah, they're crazy about him. It's 9 o'clock. Thank you, everybody. On a Saturday.
I know where this is going.
He is the Piano Man.
He's still doing the concerts every month, right?
Once a month. No, here's the beauty of that. He hasn't made an album since 1992.
Right.
And he sells out Madison Square Garden once a month. Nothing like this has ever happened in show business.
That's insane.
What do you walk with if you sell out Madison Square Garden?
Well, it's about a $2 million gross, and then he's got to pay that sax guy. So there's $800 out the window.
Shit. But I saw Fleetwood Mac at Madison Square Garden, and I was in line at the bar, and there was a guy in front of me, and he was just like, I'll just have the usual. And I was like, what is at the usual at Madison Square Garden? And then they started talking, and I realized he comes to every show.
Right.
He comes to every Billy Joel show. So that's why he was able to go to a bartender in Madison Square Garden and say, I'll have the usual.
That's crazy.
It's so
You
weird.
have to get a seat like in the same area by the same bar
Exactly.
with the same bartender.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like
Having a usual at a stadium is just
It's
weird. It's
really
just like
strange.
ice cream in a helmet or something ridiculous.
Yeah, I know
The
what you
usual,
want.
please.
It's just jalapenos
Churro.
on the side of the nachos.
But see, there are certain groups like that. Pearl Jam is that way, and the Grateful Dead are that way, where the people travel with them.
Yeah.
So you're like, well, you guys sold out 80 shows, but it was to the same 18,000 people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's
You're-
fucking cheating.
Just like your fans are weird, not
Yes.
necessarily that you have a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do they afford to do that? How do you
Well,
follow
they just
a
did the
band
Fish
like that?
thing too. Like Fish just
Fish
played
did 13 shows in
and
a
they
row.
sold. And like we have buddies. Like I think Fiore went to like 5 of them or 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So did Mike Fenoya. Like they all went to like.
They also didn't do a repeat song for 13
Who
concerts.
could tell? Who could tell?
It's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When it's
very
Yeah,
true.
when you're only doing 4 songs a show.
4 songs in 40 minutes.
yeah.
And they're
Those
making
jam
up.
bands.
They're making up a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, what are the names of some of those Fish songs? They're ridiculous.
Oh, like Gaiudi.
Yeah, that's not a song.
That's not a word.
And you're a big
You just
fan
made
of
that
them
up.
too, right? But you
Yeah,
haven't
I've been to a show in years though.
you haven't been to a show since I've known you.
So you've been to one, right?
I've been to like a couple dozen shows.
Couple dozen.
Yeah.
Couple dozen.
That's
Multiple dozens?
Yeah, but that's looked down on
Is that
like
what
as
you're
shit. It's looked down on as like
That's a
shit.
weird
and
amount.
It's like
But it's true. It's the same thing in the Springsteen world. Like they make fun of people who've seen him under 100 times.
it's really shitty. It's a very terrible fucking thing to act like. Like, oh, you haven't seen him 100 times, you're a piece of garbage.
Well, I
It
wouldn't
seems
let
like you're
it
taking it
stick
pretty
to me.
personal.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Just
like
let
I
it go.
don't, yeah, like homeless guys yell at me, and I'm like, no, it's not like that. You don't know me. No, I wouldn't feel bad if someone said it. I didn't see enough Fish shows. I go, I'll go to every single Billy Joel song and show, and you'll at Big Shot over and over. Do
Every
Big
time.
Shot.
He plays a lot of B-sides. Because every Billy Joel album is like, every live album is like 3 hours long.
Right.
He plays every single song. So I went to one of the concerts, kind of not like, I didn't really get the concept that he was there every month. I was just like, my friend's visiting from Hawaii. Like, we're going to go to Billy Joel. Like, we're going to have a great time. So we go and we're like drinking and stuff like that. I think we would like peed through half the thing because I expected this concert to be like 7 hours long. He played like a bunch of B-sides and then it was done. Like he played like 2 songs that I knew. I was like, this is crap. It's like, this is not the Billy Joel I signed up for. I want all the hits and I want them all the time. And I want this to be the longest concert I've ever been to. And it just wasn't. So we kind of left. We were like, oh, well, we squandered.
Remember, he's elderly now. He's an old man.
I don't think he stood up once.
It's one night Rickles came out and did 8 songs and no one knew the
difference. He just must hate fuck his way through Piano Man at this point.
Oh yeah,
too.
this guy
just hate singing it, hate that people enjoy it.
Because I imagine that he couldn't do it. I mean, he couldn't do a show and not at least do Piano Man.
At least
That
the
might have been
beginning. I feel like sometimes when they get to that where like they're probably sick of it, you know how they just give you like the teaser part and then they just like mesh it with like something
I saw
else.
Elton John do that one time with your song. It's a little bit funny, and
then he was
was
done.
right into something else. I'm like, what happened to that?
Well, but you need those kinds of like I don't know. I went to a Van Morrison concert and he did not play Brown Eyed Girl, and it's
Good.
still with me.
I hate
it's
that
still,
song.
and I am still upset. But I mean, like you have to do the one song that like
It's an unbearable song. And
It's a great song.
He knows,
He knows it and he hates it.
Yeah.
Does
done-
he
I mean,
hate it?
Well, he's done like 1 million great songs in his life.
yes.
And then he's like, hey, where did we go? Well,
Yeah.
and then he does Cypress Avenue, and he sees people just going off to go to the bathroom and do coke.
Walking around with beer cup. Scares me.
That's when everybody dumps the ice out of their cooler. They just go back to the parking lot.
But I saw Bruce Springsteen on the one show, and they said 30 years that he did not do Born to Run.
Really?
And and the people were there. It was a thing that we did here at the Apollo. The people were celebrating that he didn't do Born to Run. They were like, isn't this fucking clear? We were at the night that he didn't do Born to Run.
Those people, his fans are the biggest dorks about. Like they like have these websites where they all post like this was his set list tonight. Like people across the country are like, oh, cool. Like, I wish I was in Omaha for that one. Like.
He's doing Broadway.
He's doing the Springsteen songs.
Yeah, he is. He's going to do Broadway.
Yeah, I just was looking up how to do that. You have to like sign up for this whole thing on Ticketmaster, and because they're trying to avoid scammers or whatever.
Yeah, but you know that you're not going to get a ticket. It's not going to happen. But it's just him, acoustic and the piano, and that's it. The
It would
band.
be such a good show, I bet.
Yeah.
And he said he's not giving tickets to his own band. He goes, I don't give a shit whether Little Steven comes here or not.
That's like true Broadway.
Yeah.
People on Broadway can't even get tickets to
But
shows.
you're that big a fan, you'll go, because it's going to be Broadway prices.
Well, I just looked it up just to see because I think it'd be just one of those things again, like an experience, like to be like, wouldn't that be fun to just go see one of the greats, like you know? But yeah, the tickets are like $850.
Yeah.
Well, 75 to $850, and you're like, there's a $75 ticket that's like going to be raffled off to like 5,000 fucking people. But then you have to like sign up for this whole thing, and I was like, this is a lot of hoops, Bruce. Like,
It's too much.
I'll listen to the album, but it was.
Oh, I just want to make sure all the factory workers in America go to brucespringsteen.com/tickets.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just thought what a cool setting to do it because like these theaters are so old and beautiful. Like
it would be an amazing experience.
But there's no
and you know
fucking
he's
way.
going to completely throw himself into it. You know what I mean? Like this won't. He doesn't have fast his way.
Yeah,
to
he
his
has a
stuff.
blast. You can always
Plus,
see
it's
that
like
he
half
does.
storytelling, so I think
Right.
there's going to be a lot of chatter.
He is an amazing
A
performer.
lot of chat.
Like,
chatting
he is
from Bruce.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's Vito. You're how old, Vito?
24.
And he's your favorite performer.
Yeah,
ever.
I've seen him 5 or 6 times. I go usually every time he comes here. I usually.
But do you realize, like, when Frank Sinatra was Bruce's age, he was kind of a joke. People would go ironically, but Vito just sees him as a rock star. You know what I mean? Like, there isn't that kind of thing.
Where are you from, though?
I'm from Manhattan.
Okay, yeah, I see. Because Jersey, it's like it's just a rule that you have to love Springsteen.
Yeah, I don't know what. There's my mom and my whole family loved him when I was growing up, so it was just like the first rock star that I got into, and then just ever since then, it's been a family thing where we all go together.
Do you have one song that you hate by him though?
Not really. Like, there's not one that he plays and I get mad that he's playing it.
He hates Thunder Road.
Can't stand it.
I hate some of his hit songs though. Like, I love his early shit.
You don't like Born in the USA?
Well, that That I don't mind as much. I don't like the fact that people are singing it. But
Just seeing them enjoy it sucks.
I don't even like
People have
Hungry
fun.
Heart. I'm like, oh, you're trying to write pop songs now.
I get
like
into
his
the-
early shit. There was the Hungry Heart there.
Yeah, Nebraska, like Atlantic City is my.
Yeah.
my
I like I'm on
Springsteen
fire.
song.
Hey, little girl.
Yeah, it reminds me of some show I saw in college, and it was like, I don't know, I think I was just like theater major and being real emo. So still, when I hear it, I'm like, remember when I was young?
My friend had pointed this out to me that it sounds like this. Froggy won a court and then
Oh, so
That's
true.
my favorite verse. The Froggy verse is my favorite one.
What is it, Chris?
Connect
I
with
just
it.
wanted to let everyone know Robbie Slovik and Casey Balsham are in studio.
Enough.
They know.
You're driving me nuts with that.
Too much. Stand Up on the Spot's happening at New York Comedy Club Wednesday, August 23rd at 9:15 p.m. John Laster should be there.
Yeah.
Sarah Tolmash won't be there. Sal Volcano possibly will be there, and maybe even Billy Joel.
There we
But,
go.
you know, it doesn't matter who is there because you're seeing somebody without a net and you're seeing their discomfort. You know what I mean? And it's fun.
Audiences do love that. I mean, that's why they like
I
crowd
loved
work,
it.
and
Yeah, it's
it's why
fun.
they.
Yeah.
It's like you're like, okay, this is an experience that is not going to be replicated.
Right.
And you get to watch people make like unintentional magic. I mean, there's like amazing moments in it because people just they're forced to come up with stuff on the spot, and it's different than going out there with the confidence of I know these jokes work, I know I'm going to kill with this, and just when they start getting a win and like they're in that moment, you see sets like you don't see anywhere else.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It is crazy though, because I've tried to recreate some stuff that I've done like on the spot that was like, I'll listen to it back. I'm like, oh, that's a bit. And then I'll
Right.
do it as a bit. And people are like, this is terrible. Like
Yeah.
that was a terrible joke. And it just like falls flat. And I'm like, oh, I guess it was fun people thought it was really smart on the spot, but as
Yeah.
a written joke, it's pretty
But
poor.
you know what would be great is not let the audience know that it's on the spot.
Right.
So the audience is like, oh, a very unprofessional show. But people
And why are
will
we
give.
apart?
And let's face it, the standard comedy show has been done so long now that you need to shake it up a little bit. You know, because a show kind of runs the same way as it did in 1972.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, hey, go out and do your 15. And, you know, somebody else's grade is coming right up after that. And it can get to be a little bit of a rut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same formula, except in 72 it was like talk about how racist you are. And
Yeah.
now it's talk about how not racist you are.
Yeah.
And that's the comedy show lineup now.
Yeah.
We've changed.
I like the fact that we're not even racist against some of the people we used to be racist against.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, how about these Eastern Europeans, folks? You know what I mean? These Lithuanians. These people are disgusting.
You gotta find people it's acceptable to hate. I think
Yeah.
that's why so much like so many white people go up now and they're God, fucking white people. Because we have so much hate in our hearts to give.
Yes.
But we can only give it to
Where-
other white people now.
Yeah.
So
Where can we put this?
that's the rule.
Well, the great thing about white people is that we do have organized hate. You know, we don't need a hot night to get angry.
It's always
we
there.
like, yeah. And that's why Twitter has really exposed white people. You know what I mean? Like, if my dad and uncle had Twitter, everybody would have known they were racist. But it really took being able to put it out. Like, I've watched the news with those guys. My uncle, they would brag that he's the real Archie Bunker. And I'm like, that's nothing that we should laugh about.
We're not
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
about it.
It's not.
First of all, I agree with you because I went to a ball game with him and heard racial stuff at a ball game.
Right.
Even as a child, I'm like, this can't be. This
isn't
can't be
good.
Isn't a good idea.
Yeah, I'm looking around. Even though this is Philly, I still think it's
Right.
beneath us. Yeah.
Once every 3 months, my dad tries to have me explain like how Twitter works to him. But he'll tweet for a week or so after. But it is really just like tweeting to no one some crazy Muslim vitriol, and then he forgets about it for 3 months.
Do not retweet him under any circumstance.
Yeah, I don't follow him. I'll go check it out. He's asked me. He's like, "Will you follow?" Absolutely not. I don't.
You'd be the only one.
Well, what is this? It's a Twitter place called like Yes, You Are a Racist. Have you heard about this?
No.
And they are exposing people's racism.
So they're
And
just gathering tweets.
Well, what
Yeah.
they do is they find people and they put out their real name. Like this is who this
Oh, the
guy
troll.
is,
Yeah.
and this is where he works.
Oh, they got one of the guys fired, right?
one of the white supremacists that brought up who
they're
was.
like taking pictures and screenshots.
Yeah. Well, you know the Nazi that we thought was really great, the one that was yelling.
That was really great.
They figured him out, and then he had to go into local news. And he goes, "Hey, I'm not a racist."
Yeah,
the
I
other
just
people
read that
are.
one.
Right.
I'm more of a pro-white person.
Right.
I'm not anti-anybody.
Yeah,
that's the guy.
Preserve what
He
we
was my
have.
favorite out of all.
Yeah. Because he really looks like from a different time. Like he actually looks.
That's
He's
true.
holding a torch with a group of Nazis screaming, and then
He's like,
they're
way,
making
way,
me into
way,
some
way.
angry racist.
He's like, look, we all get carried away.
What are you doing here?
Like he should have just said like, "Oh my god, I was sneezing. I wasn't. I look
not
like I'm
me.
screaming something."
Somebody sent me that picture and asked if it was Robbie, and I was
Is
like,
that true?
Yeah, Kevin Ryan was just like, "Is this
That's
Robbie?" And I was
funny.
like, "Robbie's a big Jew,
That's really funny.
big fat
But I
Jew."
love that if it comes
He
to
could
it,
pass.
I can
Thank
pass.
God.
Yeah, no, if it comes to that, I will be holding a tiki torch in a heartbeat. Let's get him, guys.
Oh my god!
It's like Wizard of Oz when they just like put on the costumes of like the guards. I'm with them.
Hey, I see your tail. I think that was the best part of Wizard of Oz, because it was right before then when I was at my most nervous. Like I did not want them to get caught when I was a kid. But what's always great is you see a Nazi guy, and like he does look frightening, right? Then you find out that he works at a bike shop,
and that he's 20 years old.
Yeah,
he's a
always
child.
20.
That's a baby.
Yeah.
That's a baby Nazi.
How do
That's
you
a
get
tiny little Nazi.
that angry
Baby
at 20?
Exactly. That's what it's like. That it has to come from. I mean, have they talked to his? I mean, they haven't talked to his parents. I know that there was one guy's dad that came out and was like, "You're disgusting" or something, right?
Yeah, which I never like dads who do that either.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Like, and people are so proud. Like, hey, check out this family that was cool enough to disown their son.
Right, and that's probably why he's a Nazi.
Exactly. Maybe she showed us love growing up.
Yeah,
but
you have to say, "I love my Nazi son."
Yeah,
I'm not a Nazi, but I accept him for who he is.
Let's make a bumper sticker.
Out of my body.
Even as a little boy, I couldn't get him to bend his knees.
Your mom needed you an armband.
Dude,
we're trying.
The car driver though, they went to his house, right? And his mom comes up, and she's in a wheelchair, and she's like, "What?" And she's finding out. She's like, "I hope no one got hurt." She goes, "I thought he was just going somewhere to support Trump."
Oh my god,
it was the saddest thing I ever saw.
This is so depressing. I can't even think of it. Ugh.
Yeah, it was terrible. He goes, "What do you do if your kid's a Nazi? You just gotta say, look, they didn't want him to be a Nazi, but I'm gonna send some sandwiches to him, I guess, in prison, you know." Does he get a little job there? Can we
send him a couple Bop
change?
magazines?
Can we do something for him?
Yeah. That's
Are
crazy.
you guys going to play the Highlander football this year and try to take it 3 years in a row?
Without a doubt.
Yes. Oh, and I'll let you know, we did just donate the 2 footballs to the Special Olympics, New York, for their
they're going to scuff them up, though.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about the signatures. They're just throwing them around, having a good time. This is Joe Montana signed this. They don't care.
You know what? If they're having fun, it's good.
We were silent auction, and they were good
That's really
ticket
cool.
items. Yeah,
That's
I felt
great.
really good about it.
Yeah.
Although once I looked up how much the Joe Montana one was worth, I was like,
Yeah.
we could have taken a trip. We could have done anything. But I gave it to the kids.
Yeah. So far, no one's kept theirs because Joe List was the first to donate.
Yeah,
right?
he said
I
we
can't
had
wait for
to.
someone to win to keep it. Like I'm just like, this is mine.
I'll tell you what's going to be Florentine. He would have won last year.
Wait, who's the guy down in Florida who was in like the Final Four last year?
James
Mitchell?
Or no?
Oh, Mitchell Walters.
Yeah.
Lock it up. Yeah.
He's flipping that ball.
Believe me, that thing's going directly to his Coke dealer.
He's filling it up with Coke and sending it over a border somewhere.
Believe me, the ball's arrived. The hockey tickets are here and they're on the glass, if you know what I'm saying. Why are we having code words? If we really think our phone's tapped, we should stop this altogether. I don't want to have code words if they're actually listening in.
I'm like,
I need help.
You think
I'm an addict. I need help.
And you think like if people are listening in, they're just like, I'm totally thrown. Now it seems like they're doing something else entirely.
They're just going to a hockey game. Maybe we were wrong about these two.
Back it up. Pack up the equipment, guys.
It seemed like good Canadian boys.
When I was like 20 years old, I had a buddy who dealt drugs, and a buddy of mine wanted to get something from him, and he was like, he asked me to, he's like, hey, just ask him how much it is for an elbow. I have no idea what the hell that means, but I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll hand. So I facilitated this whole deal for an elbow for like $800, and then found out years later that's a pound.
LB.
I didn't know till way after. Like I helped move a pound. It's probably some federal crime that I was a part of.
There's a lot of anything.
That's too much. Yeah. That's a lot.
Robbie Slovik and Casey Balsham have been in the studio. Stand Up on the Spot's happening at New York Comedy Club Wednesday, August 23rd at 9:15 p.m. I'm not sure of the lineup, but you can go to newyorkcomedyclub.com for tickets at Stand Up on the Spot.
It's a lot of fun no matter who's there. It's really, really great fun. Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much.
All right, and pick up that LB because I need you to drop that off. We'll see you again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!